we can get closer and closer. Closer, closer and closer. When you got me all in my head. Thinking rather you in my bed. Every day. How many days till I can see you again? Dropping kisses like, do you love me or not? My head is spinning and I don't know when to stop. No, I don't want that. Mother clucker. No. No. And no. No bueno. No bueno. No bueno. No bueno. No bueno. I don't want that one. Fuck. Okay, how do I do this? No! I don't know how to do this now. I can't get it. How do I change it? Uh-oh. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, here. Jesus. Man. I was having technical difficulties, okay? Okay. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My back is really killing me today. Hi, people. How you at? How are you at? Happy fucking Wednesday. Happy fucking motherfucking Wednesday. I don't know. Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's get this fucking party started and let's get going. Let's get moving. Let's fucking get it done. I don't want to get it done. I'm hurting. My back, my lower back is killing. Did I end up giving it up? Well, he got it yesterday morning. He didn't get it this morning. He asked. He wanted to, but no. I'm just not in the mood. I wasn't really in the mood yesterday either. I just did it. But now, once I get focused on something else, no, he didn't get it today. Not yet, anyway. I don't know if it's possible. My lower back, this is really hurting today. My guess is my lower back is hurting because I'm PMS and my ovaries, and it's started to change into my back now, back pain. Remember like labor pain? Same type of thing. Everything's like now settling in my back. So no, kind of wasn't in the mood. You know what I mean? Kind of wasn't in the mood. Hey, yo, good morning. How long do you stay on? As long as I feel like it. At least an hour and a half. Sometimes. Sometimes two. It depends if you guys get me talking. What happened? He was to get it Monday. I don't know what that means. You guys, in 48 hours, my husband's had sex 3 times. Is that okay with you guys? 48 hours, he's had sex 3 times. Whoa! I know. I can't guarantee that's going to continue. But for right now, that's what's going on. How's Ed? Sleeping? Did you do too much? No, I think, yard work. No, it started raining here. So no yard work. I pretty much moved some things around yesterday. Could be a little bit. You're struggling. Yeah, I don't know. My back doesn't. It's not why my back hurts. I just lay there. I'm like a limp noodle. I did not use the chainsaw yesterday, no. So, no. But today, yeah, I didn't even run a lot yesterday. Thanks for clarifying that, yeah. That was funny, because I knew what you meant, but it did come out funny. Anyway, so we'll see. You're drinking? You're drinking again? What are you drinking? Are you off the wagon? Are you on the wagon? I think finally at about 6 o'clock last night, I had a glass of wine. I just wasn't feeling it, but then I needed to relax. So I had a glass of wine at 6. There was like a glass and a half left in my bottle. So I did it. I almost thought, do I really want it? But I did want it. Hi, Regina. You're drinking and driving? Oh, perfect. We love that. Don't ever drink and drive. You bring a pillow, princess? I need a pillow, princess. A princess pillow? What? Laying on your back is a princess pillow? A pillow, princess? What the fuck? Well, isn't a princess pillow a hoe? I don't know. You ate McDonald's last night? What'd you get? Let me know. You don't listen. Don't even smoke and drive. That's a bad thing too. You like my vibe? Thank you. I think I yes, I'm a hoe. A hoe. Let me tell you something. That's too much work. You know what I mean? Isn't that what a pillow princess is? Hello from my hometown of Nashville, Tennessee. I don't know what that is, but is that what that is? A pillow princess? But if you're a hoe, technically, are you a princess? I think that takes away the title of being a hoe. If you're a hoe, I don't think you can be a princess. Mm-mm. No, that's not very demure or mindful, by the way. So, I'm stripping you of that princess category. Be a hoe all you want. I mean, I don't judge, but you can't be a princess and a hoe. 2 cheeseburgers, yum. Yes, that's what I like. That's my meal, girl. That's my meal. That's my meal. Y'all don't. I'm dying to watch Summer House Reunion. Y'all don't even tell me anything if you watch it. If you didn't, I don't give a fuck. If you don't like it, I don't even need to hear about it. But I knew last night I couldn't watch it. I was like, should I watch it? And I was like, no. So I can't. So I didn't. I do order when I go there. Hi, Marts. I do get the 2 cheeseburger meal. Yes. Yes, ma'am. I don't know how to. I ordered bungee cords so that way we don't have this sound. Drives me nuts. You know? Good morning. I'm on here. Called for me, and I missed the reunion. Yeah, well, I have it. How am I today? My lower back's hurting. I put on a patch. I put on a back patch. I'm ready to put one on my uterus too because that bitch is unhappy. Let me try something. Hold on. This is already more irritated. Hold on. Give me a minute. Drop in the whip and come over. Wanna be friends? Come over and over and over. The way you got me all in my head. I think I'd rather you in my bed. How many days till I can see you again? Dropping kisses like, do you love me or not? I don't know if this is gonna work, but it's fucking driving me insane. Oh, oops. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Let's see if that works. Let's see if that's better. We want Ed. Well, I'm sorry. I want $1 million. So if you can provide me with that, then we can talk. I'm a little gassy today. So give me a minute. A little bit better, right? A little bit better. Right? Did I fix it? Always yard work, Marty. There's always something I'm doing in the yard every day, whether it's for 45 minutes to 3 hours. It depends. Yes, menopause sucks. Okay, I'm back. Depot Bay for due days. Where's that? Much better. Yeah, better. Yay, Danny. Hey, I got the little things. Yes, Grandpa's not here. This is my show. So if you don't want to see me, bye-bye. You know what I mean? Hiya. So, what was I talking about? I don't remember. Backaches. I think good old Flo is coming to town. Yeah, which was great because my cycles are so fucking long. And then I spot for days. And it's just not fun being a woman. I don't want to get on the man bandwagon again, but fuck you men. You know, fuck all the men in the world. I know they would like to be fucked, but fuck you in general just because it sucks to be a woman. Is it the Oregon Coast? I'm sorry, he was in the hospital. Last I heard, I'm here for you. Who's in the hospital? Y'all, do you know of anybody in the hospital? I sure as hell don't. Who's in the hospital? Please tell me. Because in my family, everybody's still clicking and not in the hospital. So anyway, people follow the right accounts. They take fucking old videos and repost them for views. You're paying the fucking uglies is what you're doing. Fucking scam fake sites, yeah. You know what I haven't seen is Mrs. DeSalle NorCal 3 on Facebook lately. So they were putting some weird fornicated pictures up there. And I told my friend, I said, well, report them. Maybe that'll get them taken down. So I don't know if that's still up. But yeah, no, they're bad. I don't post sexual pictures. I don't post AI pictures of myself unless I'm making fun of what they're doing. AI's crazy. Y'all pay attention. When you see me here, pay attention. Or when I do videos in my house, pay attention because it's the simplest, subtlest changes. And y'all just don't pay. Oh, that's a great picture. It's fucking AI. We fucking look young. Yeah, it's a great picture. And they don't even look like themselves. Dan nor Ed. You know, some will have big boobs. Some might have more gray hair. Some my hair looks young, thick, curly. I mean, y'all, come on. Just go away. Donald, be nice. You go away. How dare you come on my page telling me to go away? This is my spot. You know, I'm here. You chose to be here. There's a difference. So, not much going on today. Of course, Dan's already planning a live for this evening. I don't know. I have to see how he feels because I was talking to my counselor yesterday. I had a counselor day yesterday. And so, you know, I obviously do what I do all the time and put down my boundaries and then go help the people I love. Dan, you know, really likes these lives we do together, but I was just not ready. But of course you feel guilty, and then this is what we always do. We turn ourselves around and fine. But what I realized is, as I was talking to her about it, I realized that I know what we're getting into before we get into it, but I never really realized that. So when we're really like at each other, both of us are just in a shitty mood. And he's in a shitty mood. Dan used to be the type, hi Sherry, of guy, when he drank, he used to be a big drinker. I knew what kind of night it was going to be in. I knew what kind of night it was going to be based on what his behavior was like pre-drinking. Dan always became, you know, the same, never made him happier, right? It always just accentuated the mood he was in. I was always just happy, you know? There's a difference. And so same thing with the lives. I should know better. Why did I not pay attention? The Oregon Coast fun. So sometimes I see you guys respond to things. You like money. Donald says, go away. And then he came back and said, you like money. Well, Donald, doesn't everybody? I mean, you need money to fucking pay your bills, right? This is my job. Do you have a job that pays you money? Because if not, I think you should find one. So you both don't work using Ed on YouTube. We use Ed on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok too. You missed some. Yeah, we use Ed. It was kind of a cool thing. He just happened. We planned this all along. We knew Donald, he was going to go and have dementia. And when we were early on in marriage, we thought this could be our reason, you know? This could be the way we can survive and make money and quit fucking law, dumbass. Did I say that out loud? Shit. Yes. And COVID happened, and then social media happened for majority of people. And it just so happened that Ed was spotted in a video. And then it just so happened that Ed blew up. And now, if you notice, Donald, I'm out here by myself, right? Ed opened the doors for us, which is great. Very much appreciated, especially while we're taking care of him and using said money you think we're making to care for him. Interesting, right? Does anybody ever think about that? Like we're making all this money and we're hoarding it, you know, and not using it for him? Come on, Donald, wake the fuck up. That's called stupidity, you know? It's called stupidity when you just are so close-minded, you can't expand it enough to see the truth. You just need to see it your way, which is fine. But this isn't Burger King, and you can't have it your way. You know what I mean? Who you this angry, my lady? Joni, my suggestion is when you troll people and want to start a fight, make sure your language is appropriate. You know what I mean? I've wrecked things by drinking, and I regret it. It's not me. I call it liquid stupidity. Great wishes to you. You're a strong woman. Bless you. Yes, Chris. Some people take advantage of alcohol. Some people use it to escape and to drown their sorrows. Some people are extremely sloppy and ugly with it, 100%. And some people can have fun with it and know their limits most of the time, right? You like to be the star on YouTube. Donald, this is my channel. Of course I'm the star of my channel. Everybody who has a channel is the star of their fucking channel. Motherfuck. I don't think about what others earn money. It shouldn't be. Shouldn't be anybody's business how I earn my money. Let me tell you once again. Daniel Isaac Salinger made more money as an attorney, people. Just to clear things up. We ain't racking it in like you think we are. Maybe one of these days when we get sponsors, maybe get that app, you know, maybe we will. And good for us. Why do people find it bad? You know, why do people hate on people who are working hard in life? You know, this isn't an easy task, you know. Caregiving sucks. It's not easy. Social media, we have found a way to decompress, find others who are going through the same thing, and share. And just because we got big enough to make some coins doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make anybody bad. We just got lucky. We got lucky. But you know what? We earn it. We work hard. We do videos, right? We do lives. Doing lives is exhausting. We entertain. That's not easy. And I never understood it, right? Until I started doing it. And then I was like, holy shit, I'm tired. This shit's exhausting. So, anyway, just so you know, we should be rewarded for our work. Every caregiver should be, in a way. And the hustle's real. We gotta make ends meet. Y'all? I mean, shit. I think it's because of the way you speak to each other and in front of your father-in-law. Emily, who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck how I speak to my father-in-law? Just because it doesn't align with how you think I should speak to him, why don't you ever think, Ed doesn't seem bothered by it. I wonder, has it been something they've been doing all along? Yes. Our family dynamic is the same, whether you like it or not. I've been around Ed for 47 years. Let me tell you something. It's been the same. The way I talk to him is the same I always have. We talk about sex in front of him. Oh no! Guess what? We always have. I mean, get with it, people. Expand the horizons of your brain and your eyes and your ears. If you look at the way I communicate with him through video, whether it's from the beginning and you don't like my tone, my house, that bullshit, look. Oh, my husband is a saint. Yes, Emily. Yes, he's a saint. And so am I. I'm more of a saint than he is, Emily, because guess what? I do a majority of that shit. And shame on you for being a woman and casting ugly to a fellow woman who you know does a lot for her family. Shame on you. You're here enough to know. So anyway, God, we got the uglies out today. Is it Wednesday of the uglies or what? Thank you for the gifts, guys. People come in here and think they know. Like, finish a video for once in your life. Watch how it works. You know what? There was a lady who said, on Facebook, I think, she said, I didn't like you at first, but I stayed around. I watched, and then I finished the videos, right? And I saw how it worked. How you approached Ed worked, right? It worked. I wonder why. Again, back in the day, he's a controlling man. I was a woman. He's always seen me as a young child. Therefore, I had to administer my dominance. I had to have dominance over him. I had to have, my house, my rules. I had to, because he wouldn't do it unless I said that, because he knew he should be respectful in my house if that was the case. Sometimes he wanted to see the proof, but shame on you. Anyway, I don't know how long I'll be on TikTok because I'm getting mass reported once again. So, the uglies can't handle it, right? They can't handle the truth. And they're so angry and jealous of me that they have to report and try to take me down. So just so you know, my live's going to be restricted for like 10 minutes. Someone please try and remind me tomorrow about my current experience with people that thought that was that my dad. Yeah, whatever. So anyway, that's called hate. And what's funny is I've gotten more violations in the last couple weeks, which I think there's a connection to something that I can't share, but it's interesting. I'm pissing people off. I'm pissing them off so much that they have to go and tattling to their teacher. Mommy, well, what's wrong? I just don't like her. Okay, go away. Leave me alone. Let me earn my living. Hi, Sally. Sally didn't agree at first either. And I appreciate the honesty. I get it. If you go in and watch me, I'm a strong personality. The way I approach things is not sugar, it's more spice. But I had to do it that way. Nobody understands that. I was a manager. And I had 3 kids, single mom. I had to rush. I had to be like the captain of the ship. I still do that with Ed. But Ed's a whole different caboose because Ed was difficult, right? In the beginning of years, if you watch the transgression over time, we're different with Ed, right? Because Ed is different. He's in a different phase. But when he was threatening himself and unsafety, like getting up every 2 seconds, trying to walk outside, trying to use a knife, all those things, yeah, you have to get aggressive. Some of you like that term, so I'll use it. You have to get firm. I like firm, direct. But people want to use aggression, so let's use that to get him to sit down. He was a harm to himself. You know how many times he cut his finger using a knife? I would hide him. He would find him. It didn't matter. One eye's off of him. Of course, it's like a child running in the street. You grab, yank, and yell, and then hug. It was crazy back then. Bittersweet. Some moments of that time I miss. I miss his independence a little bit, right? Going to the bathroom. I don't miss the ADHD moments where he was up all the fucking time. He could not sit still. And then he would forget, get up, forget, get up. That was fucking irritating. It's a form of torture. And those of you who've experienced it understand. And you understand why you have to be more direct and to the point with him. Because sugarcoating didn't work. Because why? Number one, he wouldn't remember. Number two, I was a woman. Number three, he had the power. Sorry. This is my reality. It was my reality. And even to this day, it is my reality. Right? He gets spicy with me. Do I respond sometimes irritated? Yeah. Do I respond sometimes irritated with my husband? Yeah. My kids? Yeah. Life? Yeah. But I can tell you one thing, I don't feel guilty for a fucking thing I do. Because you know what? I'm standing up every day, whether I want to or not. And I'm doing it. I'm not watching somebody complaining and bitching about how they're doing it. Look to them. 5 years now. No freedom. Yes, we have social media. But, okay, life is still life. I still like my independence. I still want to travel. I still want to go watch my family. No, I'm not happy all the time. And either are you. Especially the ones that are pointing fingers and bitching about the way I do things or other people. No, life isn't perfect. But you're pointing the very said finger at people that you probably are worse at or do the same things, and you're judging them. People think. Everybody gets irritated. Especially when you have a grown man that's a toddler and doesn't remember things. Do you talk to him every time he's talking to you? No. You know why? Because you can't. You can't. And inside you're fuming because you just want them to be quiet. Right? When you're sitting there and, you do start off talking, responding. But then when it doesn't end, you don't talk anymore. Tina, I know. Shit. My friends are like, shit. Good thing I'm not recording me. People, life isn't a box of chocolates. Well, it kind of is because life sucks. We have regular stress and it's just not our only responsibility. Has storms. And you guys couldn't walk a mile in my shoes. Shit, you couldn't even walk 10. You wouldn't even last 24 hours here, especially with him yapping and especially with him doing things. Yesterday, I said specifically on the thing, my fault, right? I left 2 cups there because normally he'll do that with 2 cups. I just figured that out in the last couple weeks, right? I'm human. Life is busy. So I was like, oh shit. And so it's not a routine yet for me to take away that cup. People are like, yeah, it's your fault. No shit. Did you read the fucking video? It's on the front fucking page. It says, my fault. Well, you shouldn't have done that. No shit. Did you read my video? It's a new thing. I've just figured it out. And that's what dementia, how it works. You don't always know things. Then you figure it out and you're like, the confusion of an empty glass. So, and then until it becomes a routine, you forget. Trial by fucking error, people. Y'all pointing fingers because y'all got something to say. Make it nice. Shit. Read. Pay attention to what the creators are writing. It says it right there. My fault. And y'all pointing fingers. Well, you're an idiot. Look at what you did. You shouldn't have done that. No shit. Didn't I just say that? But nobody reads, and that just shows you. People don't pay attention. Because they're so focused on picking out the negative in every situation. Well, you're rude to him. Somebody said, you're abusive. Abusive? What the fuck? Because you don't like the way I'm talking to him? That's abusive. In what point of this video? She just doesn't talk nice to him. It's abusive. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck? That's not abuse. What I do is not abuse. Shit. And if it is abuse, why the fuck am I recording it? Well, shit. You know, why would I record abuse? Do you ever think, why would people record something if they thought it was bad? We record because we don't think it's bad. Because it's our life. We're living it. And we're in it. Right? God, I would never put something up there that I think I did wrong. I'm showing you sometimes my successes. I'm showing you sometimes my failures of a situation. Now, because he ain't walking, we don't have that much anymore. Oh, and somebody sent me something yesterday. It was hilarious. Pay attention. Somebody said something the other day, and what did they say? Shit. And they come on my page. Oh, Dan's a saint. Okay, way to be passive aggressive. Dan's a saint. Yeah, Dan's a great man. Yeah. Yeah, we both are. He's not alone. Yeah, he's not alone. Oh, that reminded me of Suzanne. Somebody sent me a video. And it was like, this is the way we honor our parents when they were sick. This is how effective communication works. And sent me a video of whatever they felt I'm lacking in. I was like, I'm not sure what you're trying to imply, but what I'm doing is fine. And it works for our situation. Everybody's dynamic is different. I don't know why I have to continuously tell people just because it's not what you do is not bad, and vice versa. We do what works because our family dynamic is the way it is. Leave us alone. It's our fucking personalities. It's what Ed was. What do you think Ed was? What do you think? Well, it was out of kindness. No, it wasn't out of kindness. When you're sending somebody, was that you? When you're sending somebody a video and you say, this is how loved ones communicate with their sick person, that was not out of kindness. That was because you don't agree with the way we do things. That was a complete slap in the face. That wasn't out of kindness. Kindness is, you're doing a good job, keep it up. I appreciate what you're doing. I'm also in the same situation. That's kindness. Kindness wasn't what you did. That was criticizing me and not agreeing with how we do things in the house. You know, a lot of people also say, where's Dan? Dan, come get your father. He's in the house. He's here. Not just that, but I place videos on a public site. Do you not think he doesn't watch my videos? It's underhanded criticism. I'm passive aggressive. Do you not think people act like he doesn't see what I post? Y'all, come on. Again, sorry about your loss, MJ. It's hard. And Ed's a stubborn man. And I'm a woman. And I'm young in his eyes. So I shouldn't do the things that I'm supposed to do with him. No, it's not approach, DDM. You got to get yourself off of that. That's ugly. You don't understand that the way we communicate is the way we've always communicated, whether it's Ed or not. Pay attention to the people around me. It's the same fucking thing. And your approach becomes different depending on what the person needs. DM, wake up. You do you, boo, and I'm sure you're perfect because you're attacking me for that. Do you? Do you, but leave me the fuck alone. Let's see. Anyway. So, yeah, I don't need that stuff. When Ed's gone, you're going to regret how you treated him. I absolutely will not, Emily. You can say, girl, whatever you want. You're still here watching me. Never mind, you're gone. But I will never regret anything I've done. Even in my most frustrated times, I will never regret anything I've done. Ever. From the beginning to the end. You know why? Because he's here in my house. I've risked my freedom, my independence for this man. Dan regrets things or he feels bad about certain things. I don't. And I know he wouldn't care. That's the thing. I know he wouldn't care because I know he gets it. And I know he's very thankful that he's with me in my house. And I don't regret it because this is a sacrifice for me. I don't owe him anything. I don't owe him a damn thing. I did it for my husband, right? I did it for my husband originally. So, yeah, there's that. And I'm, in the end, I repaired my friendship. I repaired my relationship. I repaired my relationship with him, even though I don't think he fully understands it, but I think it's in there a little bit. But it's in there with me. So I won't have that regret of being sad and never repairing something, because we all do that, right? I did it with my father. And I have regrets in not healing before, they died. And now with Ed, I'll have that. I won't have to feel guilty because I know I've done right by him. And he didn't deserve it. Not from me. He did not deserve it from me at all. So my 43-year-old lives in my house. He can't live by himself in his condo. I sacrifice privacy too. Yeah. You do it out of love, right? Before it was a debt. Not a debt, I should say. It was a sacrifice for my husband because I knew it meant a lot for him. I did it for him. Right, because we love our partners. Now, it's out of love for Ed, right, as well. Not just for my partner. Because I have, mended that relationship as far as I needed to mend, right? It's not perfect, right? I mean, it's never going to be perfect. I'm still angry at him, but you can still have those feelings. You can still have those feelings of anger, but still do your job. You don't ever fully heal. You let go, but those feelings are still there, and that's okay. Does he trigger me sometime? Yes. You know why? Because I grew up with the man. So just like Dan, who reacts when his dad says something, I do the same thing sometimes. I'm just not as loud. He triggers me. He looks at me. He has the same patterns creep up sometimes with me. And it's normal for that, especially the length I've been with him. I've been with him since I was 5, people. Yeah, it's hard, straight up. Fuck it ain't easy. You're going to slip up. You're going to yell. You're going to be pissed off. You're going to be mad. You're going to be angry that you're doing this or that you allowed it. But we do it out of love. And we have to remember that. I'm, going through counseling. I'm healing. Fuck, that's hard. I'm healing from past. Nothing about Ed, just the other stuff. I think I've healed enough with Ed. It shows who I really am, I think. Actually, taking care of Ed, for me, to me, shows that anybody can do this shit. Anybody can do this shit. It's not easy, but I had to let go a lot of trauma. And that's who I am, right? I let go of things when they're important for other people, and I put myself at risk. So we all do that. Some of us are just born caretakers, and that stems from our parents or how our childhood was. My mom, I recognized at 3, as a single mom, I was going to need to protect her, right? From that day forward at 3, that became my job. And I do it with everybody. Like my counselor said yesterday, when are you going to help yourself, right? You sacrifice yourself all the time for all these people, but when is it time for you? And I said, I don't have time for me because I got to make sure everybody else is happy. I want to make everybody happy. It's impossible, but you still bend over backward to make them happy. But you realize most of the stuff you do gets taken for granted, right? People know, but they don't know, you know? They don't say, hey, I appreciate you. That's all you need. I see you, you know? I see what you're doing. And, you know, we just keep trudging because we're caregivers. We're supposed to make people happy. I don't want people to be upset. I want everything to be copacetic. And, you know, although she said, you doing counseling is the first step in helping you, right? That's the first step. And there's been 3 of you in the last probably month who have started counseling. And I told her that. I said, you know, I feel responsible for these people. You know, I'm an influencer. And I think 3 people have said, right? I've started counseling. Thank you. It's fucking hard work, but you do it for yourself, right? Healing is hard. It's much easier to ignore, but my anxiety, right? Most of our anxiety is from all the pent up shit that we buried away because we don't have time to deal. So that's the step in, you know, I feel like I'm failing every day. My anxiety's through the roof. My mind won't stop. I'm depressed. I finally realize you're right. Mildly depressed, functionally depressed. And she just laughs at me. Tries not to because, you know, I do get a little accent in there and stuff. Girl. She tries not to laugh, but she does. Let me go pee-pee again. I know when my pee-pee gets more, it means my period's coming. Let me go pee-pee. Wait. Sorry. Y'all see how Dan just left, like gone? So I'm assuming Ed's up, you know, eating for him to leave. No, Ed's still passed out. Bart's on his bed. He's still passed out. Dan normally gets him up in the morning. What a man. What a man. What a mighty good man. Didn't even tell me where the fuck he was going. Just left. Just left. Left. So I'm gonna have to check on Ed in about 20. But anyway, you know, and here's my thing. I share because I'm not embarrassed. I share because it helps others. I share because my shit's relatable because we're all the same. We all have fucking different things but we still align, you know? I share because if it helps people and it helped 3 people, right? It helped 3 people go to counseling. Maybe not 100% me, but maybe a little bit because I talk about it every day. That's helping people. Not unintentional, but that's what being an influencer is about. You know what I mean? That's what being an influencer is about. So if I can help people by sharing my journey, I'm doing my job. Caregiving, taking care of others. Because in turn, it makes me feel good, right? I pushed you to go to therapy. I hope that's a good thing. Vintage Mama, they say that it is a good thing. Girl, I'm glad that's 4. That's 4 people I've gotten to therapy by just talking about it and sharing. That's fucking good. That's a fucking win fucking win. That's a win fucking win. Thank you for all the gifts. That's why I like what I do. I like when people message me or tell me on here, Danielle, you don't know how much you've helped me come out of depression, thinking about unaliving myself, you know, and you just stumbled across my page and you make me laugh for the first time. What? And I'm just up here willy-nilly, just doing what I do, not even thinking about that shit. Running. How many people have started exercising? How many people have started exercising because I'm just on here exercising every fucking day? That sucks, Apple user. I'm sorry about that. Cheating is no excuse. You cheat, you're a piece of shit. End of story. Because you know what? Marriage is hard work. There's ups and downs in sex. Colleen, counseling for 2 weeks because of me. Could that be 5? I don't know. I don't remember everybody's name, but I've done that. Gotten people exercising. Look at this bitch on the treadmill, thinking people listen to her. They do. They exercise. I could say probably a handful of people have bought a treadmill because of me. But marriage is hard work. You know, the lows, that's like saying, well, you know, my partner had cancer. She was really sick. So, well, I had to get it somewhere. No, that's shitty. You know, Dan hadn't had sex for almost 30 days. The first time in a long time because my body's bleeding. It was bled for 23 days. And then I was in a flare up and I wasn't in the fucking mood. So some people are like, well, if you don't give it, then he's going to get it elsewhere. Then he's a piece of shit. Then he's a piece of shit through sickness and in health. You know, marriage is about understanding, not always getting it, but trying to understand what they're going through, right? Trying to understand like shit. They're in a bad way. You know, I should be more respectful. Marriage is about imperfectness. Sometimes you're going to not have sex. Oh no, poor guy, you know? But you know what? There's other great things in marriage. Support, guidance, love. You know, I have a partner, whether or not I'm pissed off at him or not, which y'all know he pisses me off a lot. But I have a partner. I know when I'm stressed out with Ed and my voice is getting higher, you know, and he knows I'm about to lose it. Or in the moment of losing it, he comes in, all right, go. And when although it's the middle of the night, I let him lose it. I'm getting out of bed. Fuck. But when he's had it, you know, we don't walk away. We still lose it and care because that's our job or that's our time frame. Or, you know, I go in and I help him. All right, go away. Go away. Nothing's getting accomplished here, you know. That's, you know, there's also those moments, especially in caregiving. Like he said, if any of you watched the Teepa Snow, I watched her. I think she's a great lady. She was fun. And she understands, you know, she's not black and white. Try it this way. If that doesn't work, figure it out, you know? There's no black and white with each person. You know, the people who are like, oh, you should watch Teepa Snow. She could help you. Yeah. No, it didn't help. Nothing she did help back in the day when Ed was feisty as fuck. It was being direct, firm, and to the point. And she understands that. And my husband had severe, just like about 18 months ago, I know for most of our marriage. That's hard. I mean, Colleen, Dan has ADD. And it's very hard to live with somebody who's like ADHD, I believe. It happens. Like marriage is not always fun. It's not always fun. It ebbs and flows like fucking nothing I've known. Caretaking and marriage are the 2 hardest things I've ever done in my life. You know? No, nothing is black and white. And I appreciate that. I was nervous. I was like, oh my God, is she going to like us? Dan's like, number one, I've done a couple, they did an ABC News segment together, Teepa Snow. And, you know, did they meet one time? There was an article when they're both being, in the Wall Street Journal. Y'all remember that? And it was Dan Salinger and Teepa Snow. So they've kind of been blended in together in some facets. So Dan's like, no, she knows. I mean, I'm sure she's watched our videos, you know, because you don't just randomly go in blind without seeing people. So she gets it. She gets it. She's not a perfectionist. She's like, get it done. If all else fails, figure it out. But she did give us some great tips on the pooping. I heard Dan last night. Dad, bend over. Breathe. I don't think he gave him the massage, though. I was waiting for Dan to say, come massage. Because she said that, too. It's hilarious. Yes. For your daughter, that's a lot. Yeah. I made fried potatoes with onions. Yum. I do that all the time. That was such a generational dish, I think. My grandma started that. My mom did it. Yeah. So he'll settle down, Colleen. It's still hard. Dan can't take that medicine. He's great on it, but he can't take it. And there's a reason behind that. He takes too much on purpose. So Dan's very addictive. So he can't do things that help him because of that reason. So we have him raw in the buff. And it would be wonderful if he could, because he could actually finish a task, not be so impulsive and loud. You know, I remember when he took it, he tried to take it the right way, and I was dosing it out to him. He wasn't so reactive. You know, Dan's loud. He's scary sometimes. But I mean, he wouldn't hurt a fly, but you know, if people didn't know him, they'd be like, what the fuck? But that's the ADHD. He's very triggered, short fuse, especially when he's really stressed out. It doesn't sleep, right? So all that shit plays hand in hand to his impulsiveness. He's got a roar, man. And I would love for him to finish a task. He can't even multitask. I mean, it stresses him out. Like now that he's really working hard with Matt, Matt pushes him. And that was the thing he told Matt. He said, bro, you're going to have to, he doesn't use bro, but you know, you're going to have to push me because I get lazy, and he knows it, you know, so it's okay to be on my ass. And boy, is he on his ass. I kind of giggle because I know he's working. Matt's always, they're slinging ideas around. Matt's works a lot too, but that's just his nature. Some people are just go-getters. Dan's business partner. Yeah. Matt's like business partner / manager. Yeah. So like today, he's all stressed out because Matt secures the interviews on Tuesday. He gets contacts to people, contacts businesses for sponsorships, all that stuff. My self-esteem has grown. Yes, 100%. Because I've learned, Italian girl, I've learned that people are assholes. I've learned. I've learned that I need to learn how to cope with the ugly. I've learned that I can have a voice. And for that, I'm thankful for social media. Just bought $400 worth of fruit a few weeks ago. That was when I started counseling. Colleen, I'm going to tell you something, which I did yesterday. Sometimes anxiety, you're tired, you're not sleeping, and you get the munchies. Thanks, Alexis. I bought frozen fruit, mixed bag from Sam's Club. And they're little packets. I keep them in the freezer, and throughout the day, I just munch on it. Because sometimes I've got to get back on track, and I just want to munch because I'm tired, I'm anxious, and so I just kind of eat that throughout the day. So that's also a nice little treat too. Instead of dessert last night, that's what I had. And it works. I also like dried mangoes. Dried mangoes, I tear those fuckers up. So between the dried mangoes, which, yes, lots of carbs and lots of sugar, but it's healthy sugar. You know, I'm not against that type of sugar. It's the other sugar that's bad, you know. So I'm trying to get better. And sometimes, yeah, I don't know. I like it. So I finished a little bag all throughout the day. I had some dried mangoes after dinner, and it was wonderful, wonderful. They also work well for ice cubes for your wine. And then you eat the fruit afterwards. It's great. If you have a problem with your shoulder tendons, doctors of mine are replaced after this one, my left one, it's in like my rotator cuff. So I don't know if I did something or it's menopause shoulder. I don't know what the fuck it is. Dry cereal. Now that I could tear up a box.
See, I couldn't do that. I have no control. I have no control with chips or dry cereal. I will fucking eat the whole box and then feel sick. That's the little fun fact about Danielle. And that came from my anorexia at 14. And because some of you, if you've been anorexic, you turn to binge eating. So that's a hang around trait that I still have. Yeah. So I'd rather not open it or try it, because if I'm like, I just want a handful, doesn't work. Doesn't work. So I just don't eat it. And sometimes I cave and then I'm sick. But that's I don't binge like I used to binge. It's changed. The binging means I just don't know when to stop until I'm sick. Holly. I've osteoarthritis, so all my body aches. I know. And Jess, I can't with a lot of foods. Chips and gummy candies, cereal. So I try to buy the cereal that I don't really like, because I would Golden Grams. Anybody like Golden Grams? I love Golden Grams. I fucking love Golden Grams. I could tear up a box. One time I had what did I have? Dan, I bought Lucky Charms. But then Dan, in a late night, he picks out the fucking charms. Pisses me off. I ate like a whole box of that, and then I was sick as fuck. And then I crash. Shaney. This is something I've done forever. I love chips. I love chips. I could tear up some ice cream now too, and it doesn't hurt my stomach. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't buy it now. No. Mm-mm. Fruit is good though. I don't mind overeating fruit, because it's the bountiful earth. Nature has produced this glorious, rich, sweet nectar. Why not? I look at fruit as an open option. Munch on that all fucking day. I do. I always have fruit cut up or fruit available. If you've seen my my center island made into Rice Krispies, I've had those before. Not my fave. But yeah, if you've seen my top of my island, there's always oranges, lemons, limes, kiwis, all these things. And then I have more in my refrigerator. And blueberries are always available. Andrew loves blueberries. I cut up cantaloupe. We just finished it yesterday. Strawberries. I always try to have fresh fruit cut up too, so it's an easy grab. I really need to just put baby carrots too in there so it can grab too, because I like baby carrots with my fruit. I think it's good. It's healthy. It feels good. And you don't feel like shit. You can eat. That's the difference with fruit. You can eat fruit and not feel sick like you do with the fucking processed bullshit we like. The world has tricked us into eating. And that's why we're fat today. And that's why we have problems, is because of that bullshit. All the, big corporations make money off of us. So anyway, choice is yours, and we all choose. We know what we're doing. So, what I do, cherries are good right now, especially at the stands. I'll probably stop at the stand. I have a stand I go to. We have lots of stands in Sacramento. I don't know how everybody else does, but just random stands. And so I have a stand that I go to. And I used their garlic. They do everything. Garlic. I bought some lettuce the other week. Strawberries, cherries, plums. We're in Reno. Sam's Club has cherries. Yes, they're very good. So impressed with your achievement. A second knee replacement. Ugh. And who cares if you can't run, people? Who cares? Oh, blueberry season. Yeah. Well, and my neighbor has blackberries. I was like, bitch, when can I come over? She has tons of blackberries and raspberries off the vine. I pick them. She brings me fresh eggs. God, I love fresh eggs. I love it. Too much just they broke my mouth out. No. Yeah. I mean, you have to do like acidic, like oranges. I can't eat a ton of oranges, but I can put down probably like 3 cuties and be done for the day. And I love the kiwis are really good right now too, if you like kiwis. And I do not eat the skin. It grosses me out. Apples are always in there. I have some grapefruits right now in my drawer. And I dip them in like Splenda. If you want a sweet treat, grapefruit. In the Splenda, just a packet of Splenda. Little Splenda goes a long way. Yes, people eat the skin on the kiwis. I mean, it's really healthy for you, but I can't get into that type of health. You know what I mean? So fresh eggs are you can just tell the yolks are like orange. They're beautiful. You crack that egg, you're like, oh, this is heaven. That mother lady, everybody knows her by Mother, which is Weird. But, she talks about eating and she's completely you're eating raviolis, yum. I can? Girl, don't get me started. Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes you can't have grapefruit, but just acidic stuff like grapefruits and oranges, I mean, I have to be careful with. I'm sure most of us have to be careful with, but I'm talking about berries. Berries. The berries, are just magnificent right now. We have good years and bad years, right? So it's a good year, I think. Let me get a thing. You love them. I know. Love, hate. Blackberries are the best. I'm telling you, she's got them. And they have thorns. So you get into a little bit of trouble if you have to. And of course, me, I never wear gloves. I always go with the intention of not doing something, and I should know better because I always do it. And then my hands get fucked up. I have cuts on my hands right now that hurt. Ugh. And my hands are always in water. Y'all, I'm a mess. I mean, my back's hurting. I have to get out. I have to mow. My goal today, I have to watch Summer House. I'm dying. Do I buy it organic? No, it's bullshit, and I'm not spending the money on organic because there's still pesticides on it. So fuck that shit. No, save your money. Organic is fresh from your yard, is what it is. Don't buy organic. Ooh, So I think it's a crock of shit. Because they still have FDA regulations. So don't do it. I can't. So I can't watch. I was on social because I can't. When I start skimming through, I don't have time to wash in baking soda and vinegar. I just eat the shit. I mean, we've been raised on pesticides. We've been raised on all the fucking pollutions. We're already fucked, right? At this point, I look at it like I'm already 52. Everything's already been done to my body. I'm gonna get cancer somewhere, right? We got rain yesterday. Yeah. I never wear gloves, and that's why I have these cuts. It's those tiny cuts that you need a super glue, right? And they're all over my fingers. I had to watch. Now I watch clips. I mean, I can't. I like Candy. You too can buy them. It's called Tattoos, or else I would look like a spotted dog. You started watching it, and then my live came on. Oh my God! Don't even, Jazz. I have to get my shit done. That's like my goal today is to hurry up, get my shit done, and watch the show. Or I might just watch the show and then try to get my shit done. I don't know what to do. Y'all, I have been waiting for the reunion since all this shit broke out. I have been waiting for the reunion. Have you always been a runner? Yes, because I was anorexic and yeah, yeah, because you know, yeah, yeah. I've always ran, but never as much as I've run now. Like I was like I started off with a mile and a half, then I worked my way up to 2 miles, and that was pretty much it. And then I did all sorts of different things, and then I did CrossFit at 41, and I did that for 7 years. Watch the show. Then I'll get lazy, Luella. Shit, I almost didn't talk to my Zoomies this morning. And I just almost put that on and be like, bitches, don't talk to me. I can't talk to you right now. But I didn't. I'm gonna wait until I can sit down and enjoy it. You need to catch up. Shit. Am I OCD? Yes. Thank you to my mom dying. That's when I became OCD, is after my mom death. And typically you're either like show signs immediately or it's been some sort of trauma that gives it to you. And it was my mom. Thank you, mother, for dying. What show? Summer House. Summer House. God, fucking Amanda, Kyle, and West and Ciara. Come on. You honestly think that vibrating thing isn't effective? That's good for you. I love it. I tell a difference when I'm on it versus, and especially when I'm really sore and my body's hurting, it helps with the lymphatic drainage. So you do you. Bravo. BROVO. No, did I forget an A? Bra. BRA. Bravo. I was fucked up on that one, but bravo. Andy Cohen, he's starting to bug me though. I used to like Andy, and for some reason, he's just getting on my fucking nerves. I don't know. And it helps with bladder control. I've noticed that since I haven't been doing it regularly, Rita, I'm leaking more. 100%. 100%. I need to be better on it, but I'm really hurting today. So I'm trying to like see if it kind of loosen up my body. Loosen up my body, baby. I don't think your negativity is very effective either. Cheap tipper. What? Are you talking to somebody else? And the city. I'm watching it in this city. Hope, duh. I mean, who do you think I am? I love all that shit. Now, I only watch certain housewives. I don't watch the whole like thing of that, but I do watch only the certain ones that I like. Um, Summer House, Southern Charm. You remember Southern Charm? That was fun. I love Summer Charm. It's coming back on, I think. They flip flop. I am having a breakdown, but I'm on a vibrating machine and breaking down at the same time. Yeah. Um, I watch Beverly Hills and the OC. I do watch Salt Lake City because I mean those bitches be crazy. I watch The Valley. Come on. Lindsay, yeah. I mean, I like her. I think she's funny. She's just a bougie princess. I mean, she's fucking you weren't too wrong. No, I have breakdowns often. Most women do when they're in perimenopause. Life sucks, Ford. It's not always perfect, right? You cry, you get over it, and then you wait for another day where you're gonna break down. It's okay. Below Deck. I don't watch everyone, but I do watch I like Captain Lee. He's no longer there. I like Captain Sandy, right? So speaking of crying, there's a lot that I'm figuring out. Euphoria, I started watching that. That's kind of a sexual show, Gertie. Are you getting it on? Yeah. You people tell me they watch Euphoria and I look at them differently. I think I watched the first season and I even was turned on. I mean, I was even I think might have touched myself during that. I mean, how do you not, right? So anybody who says you got to watch Euphoria, you freak. I know you watch it. That's okay. Do you, boo? I think I had an orgasm once. I don't care. It's about to get a whole lot more. I remember watching that first season, and I can't say my hand didn't touch myself. You know, I can't, I can't, I can't say. Yeah, the first one, man, it was hot. It was hot. Don't tell Dan though. I don't think I've ever told him that. Dan, uh, girl, don't think I don't know. Especially when a girl's like, girl, Euphoria. Check that out. Watch it alone. You'll like it. No, I get it. I got it. I love it. You have to watch it now. If you guys like to touch yourselves, definitely you could do it with a partner, but I think it's more fun without them. Honestly. Sometimes. Sometimes it's just nice to be alone and diddle, right? I mean, I don't need the pressure of trying to please somebody else. If I'm turned on in the moment, hand, meat, vagina. I mean, come on. Why not? Sometimes you didn't realize it was so alive. You know what I mean? Fuck. Girl, you're still there. I see you. All right. Am I okay? Sometimes. Not all the time, but that's okay. Anyway, so Euphoria, yes, I should get back. But the problem is then Dan's gonna want it. You know, that's the pressure. I can't watch that shit. Because then Dan's gonna be like, ooh, taking off his pants and getting in bed. And I'm like, fuck. This isn't an invitation, bruh. I think that's a show I'd like to watch by myself. Oh, try it, Chacha. You might get the rose out. Fuck. You'd be like, Brad, who? Fuck, I don't need you. I got Euphoria in my hand. Tap, tap. Or the rose. Imagine using the rose while watching that. Where is she? Gertrude, are you still here? Do you have the rose? And if you don't, you should get it. It's on Amazon. Thank you, and you're welcome. Now she woke up a little bit. She's like, girl, you remember. She remembers. Wrote memory, you know. She remembers how Dan was somewhere. And I watched like every night. I was like, shit. I touch myself. Remember the Divinals? I want you to love me when I feel down. Anyway, so I want you. So, you know, I'm just saying you're welcome. And sometimes it's nice to be alone, you know? I need to get it. She's been asleep since having my baby. Girl, she's dead. Girl, after a baby, she's dead for a minute. Give it like a year and wake her back up because then it's time to revive. You know what I mean? The messiah of the vaginal opening and the clitoral stimulation, girl. Shit, you're too tired to fuck around anyway. Keep your hands to yourself. You got to feed your baby. Lemon is better than rose. There's a lemon? Oh, shit. Cha-cha, the lemon is better than the rose. There's more speeds. And it makes me uncomfortable. Yeah, you got to let loose and just envision yourself underneath those hot guys. You know, a lemon. Check it out and let me know. Get on that got to do some research, girl. Okay, we're checking it out. So apparently the lemon. Whoa, I do like lemon, but my girl euphoria got me feelings I thought were gone. I know. I thought it was dead too. I think that was the first time I ever really touched myself years ago. I mean, honestly, like it made me want to touch myself, that show. Um, I don't even remember names. Girl, now you got me. Well, how am I going to watch that with Dan around? I'm going to have to leave or something. Greetings from South Wales. We're talking nasty. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. If you do, stay here for a while and share your stories. So yeah, Gertrude, do you have a man or are you by yourself? And if you have a man, when are you watching this shit? Are you watching it with him or you watch? I think that's just a show. You want a moment by yourself, you know? You don't need to be leaking or something. I don't believe he's going. What are you checking? Euphoria or the lemon? There's really a lemon. Chacha came in. She said there's really a lemon. Girl, are you buy it? Test it out. She's $50. Shit. She's $50. Is your vagina worth it? Is your bean worth the stimulation, girl? Take a plunge, buy the lemon, try it out. Let me know. We might do it better and quicker. Like there's not so much touching and fucking foreplay. I have ADHD. You have a jet rub tub. Gertie's going. Gertie, you got to buy two. Just spend the money and see which one you like better. Yeah. Well, and sometimes it's too much. Like the foreplay, like they just want to touch for 45 minutes. And already at that point, I'm thinking I got laundry. I got to go clean Ed's sheets. Oh, I got to wipe the toilet down. You know, I mean, it's too long for me anymore. She's going to buy 12. Get it, ride it, love it, and enjoy it, baby. Yeah. And so sometimes, I mean, I haven't had that feeling in a long time. Really, Euphoria was the first show that I remember when it first came out. What's Zendaya? Isn't it Zendaya? Who's in it? Is it Zendaya? I don't remember. It's one of them young girls. Beautiful. He doesn't speak. It's like it's like hurry. You might like the lick. I'm not a participant of the lick. I don't really like the lick as much as just a gentle touch, you know. I'm more of a caresser, like a gentle, just tickle over my body. I fell, broke my arm, had a plate, screws put in, awful. Well, there's the other hand, Ange. I don't know what your problem. You have two hands, right? Did you break both? No, you did not. It has 5 stars. Get it? It's 5 stars on the lemon. Yeah. And you gotta make it work. And really, if you can't hold it, you just place it on the bed in an angle where you can watch the show and then squat on it, girl. Come on. You can still drop it like it's hot. Let me tell you, with you have enough stimulation, you'll get it somehow. You'll did. You'll figure out a way to get it done. No, I'm the morning breath. Oh, the hot air. Yeah. Currently on Amazon. Same day delivery. Get it, Felicity. Felicity, heal your vagina. Okay. I'm not here needing some fucking problems because your vagina is still not fully healed from your baby. Shit. Did it come out of your vagina? And if she did or he did, don't do it yet. Let it heal. Girl, horny little fucker over here. She just had a baby and now she wants it. I mean, come on. Do you remember how you got the baby in the first place, girl? Too much touching and poking going on there. Shit. Sometimes you forget. Like, how did I get in this situation? Oh, yeah. Fuck. She's young. She's young and right. I can only think because let me tell you, after I had my baby, there was no way I was thinking about touching myself, literally touching anything else or anything entering me. Right. I was like, fuck that shit. Yeah. Zendaya. Yeah. Nate's like, Nate comes in. Nate comes in. He's like, yeah, Zendaya. She's hot. Nate, do we need to know something? And for what? 2 minutes of pleasure? Yeah, well, nah. I'd rather give myself the 2 minutes of pleasure. And then you don't have anything dripping out of your vagina the whole day. My sister just got to look at her man and she's pregnant. Fuck. I'm glad I wasn't that fertile. Shit. I chose non-narcotics, but the nerve block got me through. Can you feel your vagina with the nerve block? I can. That was a stupid question. I'm on Lyrica and I still have feelings. So she right. But I'm telling you something. I hope she's careful. Me too. Oh, Girl, you know I'm gonna hit every aspect of anything right now because I'm just in that mood now. I gotta check on Ed. I'm gonna have to go. Hi Janet. I am a lot. I was gonna say something to end it. I forgot. Girls, oh, Euphoria. I stumbled across that because it's whack. I'll say that it's whack, but it's fucking hot. I mean, 50 Shades of Grey, was hot, but I didn't like the movie. I liked the fucking book better. I read that shit like 3 times. Every time I was reading it, I was ready for sex, but then I got off and Dan said something or looked at me some way, and I was like, yeah, fucking never mind. Where's my Christian Grey? I want fucking Christian Grey. I don't want the whips and chains and to be tied up and all that shit. No, it's too much for me. But I mean, to have a man look at you like that and that's fucking sexy. Oh. Anyway, back to, I mean, Dan was like that before. I mean, if you remember Christian Grey and those, and that's not, Dorian Gray, Dorian, whatever his name is, whatever his fucking, whoever played him. I mean, he was kind of weirdly hot, but not hot enough. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Well, and I don't think I finished the season, Cheryl. Dan was gone and people were like, watch Euphoria. And then I was like, shit, I feel the need for my hand to touch my vag. And I watched it like 2 nights that he was gone, and that was it. Cause it was like it was the first time I really kind of really explored my body. And that was years ago. She hasn't been explored by herself in a long time, but I was trying to become one with my body because I heard Emily, Dan's back, so we got to simmer down on that. But I heard that you need to really try to up your sexual desire. You're supposed to like really become one with your body. Well, it lasted 2 days and 2 episodes of Euphoria, and then I was done. Didn't work for me. It didn't like make me go, oh, I want to play with myself. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean that's it. Did you touch yourself, Cheryl, when you watched it? Did you feel like you needed to touch? I mean, the first show, I'm like, okay, what is this desire? Like, this is weird. And then by the end, I was like, well, let me just press it or something, press the button, just hold the pressure down. Because I heard sometimes pressure on it just takes you to the moon. What about the lemon? I heard the lemon was good. I don't know. I have the rose. The rose sometimes gets me to, sometimes it overstimulates too. So you got to be careful. You don't want to get overstimulated with those things because the last time I used the rose, I wanted to throw her out the window because Betsy did not come through the door. And I spent time, I fucking pushed the button up, speed. I put her down. I fucking pressed. And Betsy she was like, girl, you're trying too hard. And she left. So I just was like, never mind, get in it. Yeah. So you got to be careful because you have to press the button. Sometimes just if you're turned on, women, I've heard this. Sometimes you just put the pressure down on the area that gives you pleasure. It sends you to a new dimension. That coming from a friend of mine. And anyway, you try it or don't. Everybody's gonna be buying the lemon. I should always make money off of this shit, and I don't. Money opportunities, right? I'm an influencer. I influence you to buy you a lemon because somebody else said it. I don't have it. I just have the rose. Betsy has a mind of her own, girl. Felicity, she doesn't always come through the door. Sometimes she teeters and she looks at me and she's like, "Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. Fuck, you fucked up. Get the fuck out of here." Then I'm like, "Okay, damn, never mind. Just get it in, get it out. She ain't coming today." You work too hard. I think sometimes you work too hard. She ain't coming. And other days, like the other day, I hadn't had sex in a month, and I was like, maybe that's a trick. Maybe we should have. It's like the rose, but it's a lemon. It's a little bit more expensive, more speeds. Um, and anyway, she like came through the door surprisingly before even entry. I was like, damn. What the hell, girl? You just had a mind made up at that point. She was just like throwing up the door. She goes, baby, I'm in here. It's been a long time. Many failures I gave you because you were pissing me off, but today I'm here. And I like to do it together as a unit, but it came before. I was like, shit. She was feisty. It's been a month. Yeah, my cooch apparently too, Gertie, because I call the orgasm Betsy. She opens the door and she's like, she's laughing at me sometimes. She taunts me. Like, baby, are you gonna get it today? Can you work it? Can you get that pleasure? And by that time, when she starts testing me, I know the bitch is gonna close the door and leave because I'm already gone. Like, well, fuck you then. Why try? You know what I mean? Girl, why try? Okay, and then I'm overstimulated and I'm walking around with a inflated bean all day, because she's like aroused. And then it's like, it stays aroused for a while. It's like a penis. It gets split. Anyway, if you know, you know. like semi aroused, like a little. She's aroused. She gets big. You know what I mean? She gets big. It's blood flow, people. It's like a penis. Shit. I might be a little horny. Just kidding. I got too much shit to do to be horny. You know, that's the thing about women. Um, and then I get pissed, Brenda, because I'm like, fuck, I don't want to do this sex thing, right? Because it's like, why? I don't get an orgasm. You get a fucking orgasm every time, fucking man. Oh, yeah, easy. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, fuck you, Betsy. Men have it so easy. It's just like every time they ejaculate, it's an orgasm. And we have to work hard to fucking let her through the door. It's like, bitch, come through, please. We're going to let this fucker win every fucking time. Fucking women, man. We fucking women get screwed with everything. Baby, bleeding. I said this shit yesterday. Men can get old, hairy, wrinkly, and rugged and look sexy as fuck. We just get old, wrinkly, and fucking look dilapidated and nobody wants to touch us anymore. Titties hanging to the floor, vagina wide open because shit changes. Everything sucks in, sucks out, or hangs. Fuck this shit. Men walking around just with penis and balls. I'm a man. What are we talking about? Perimenopause? Yeah, fake. You got chronic pain, bitch. Yeah, you look fine on the outside. There's nothing wrong with you, men. Yeah, fucking that shit. Ching ching bang bang. Fuck you. Walking around orgasm. Guess what? Every time I penetrate or touch myself and I ejaculate, I have an orgasm. Women can't do that shit. Fuck you. I'm on the fucking anti-men club. I can tell you that. Doesn't matter if you're Dan or anybody else. Fuck you, men. Fuck you. We are struggling here with perimenopause. We've had your babies. We fucking, one fucking pump Chuck, and he's like, yeah, you're pregnant. Did my work. Yeah.
What pump shock?
Yeah, like what the fuck? What the fuck? No foreskins. If you show me a foreskin, I'm puking on your penis and spitting it out. I don't want to see it. And sorry, men, if you have a turtleneck, it's just not my thing. I don't like men with turtlenecks.
What the fuck's going on? What are you doing? You have some anti-men club?
Yes.
Because look, I'm getting
Yeah.
getting hate just for being a man.
Yeah, you suck. Again, hard work.
I don't suck.
A lot hard work giving a seed out into the fallopian tube, and we have to carry the baby. We bleed, we cut it open, we spit it out. Then we have fucking shit, perimenopause and all this shit, and you're just walking around with an orgasm every day. Ugh. Yeah, women don't get that, and then we suffer with perimenopause because it's hard for us to have an orgasm. And you guys just one ejaculation, and you're perfect for the rest of the day, and we're just aggravated because it didn't come through the door. Betsy taunted us, but she didn't come through. You know why? Laundry, fucking yard work, fucking gotta wipe the toilet down, fucking diapers, smells, fuck, God, the cats are going crazy, the dog's half limping and whining. Yeah, that's great. Oh, yeah, I'm a man. It feels great. Yeah. You have nothing. Perimenopause, I think it's all a joke. Fibromyalgia, why? You look good running. You ain't got nothing wrong with you. I'm a man. Yeah. And you get fat and ugly and, rugged and fucking gray, and you're still sexy, and we're fucking ugly. Trying to find our youth because men don't look at us anymore. But you, pillar of society, because you're a fucking man.
You're wearing a Confederate flag?
Nashville. It's my hometown. Watch out, bitch. I'm a Yankee.
You're not a Yankee. Yankee was the North.
I don't know. Somebody called me a Yankee the other day.
That's the Northern.
Yeah, but Yankees are better than being a Confederate, right?
Well,
I mean,
it depends on your position on slavery.
Exactly.
If you're pro-slavery, then you'd be a Confederate.
Right. So that's why I'd rather be a Yankee, because I would not be that way. It's like a Republican. I look at it like it's not broke straight up. I'm telling you, her button is not broke. I promise you. It's there. You just got to make it come to life. And I'm going to tell you how. Baby, you look great today. No expectations. Men always have these expectations in their women. Fuck off right now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You really do. I mean, really sexy today.
I know. I'm always sexy, baby. Say, baby, you look great today. Don't expect, don't touch, don't grab, don't grope, right? That's the problem. Men don't understand. We don't want to be groped. We don't want to be touched. We just want appreciation. Hey, I appreciate what you're doing. You're taking care of her mom or somebody, right? If I remember, just say, hey, what do you need help with today? What do you need help with today? Right. And just don't have an expectation. Just don't, like, men always give these things all day long. And it's like, bruh, we know you want to put it in the hole, but like, What are you doing? We're tired. We're tired. We're tired. Give her a kiss on the cheek. I love you. You know, she might think you're crazy for a while. Do it. Do it. I bet you the button will open up. She'll want to be pushed eventually, but you have to be consistent. What can I do for you? Honey, let me take over. You go sit down for a sec. Go 10 minutes. Go breathe. Go read. Pour yourself a fucking glass of wine. Sit down for a minute and enjoy. I've got this. Simple. Like men don't understand. It's so fucking simple. It's not hard. We don't want, I mean, we want things, but we don't need them. We just need you to appreciate what we're doing and give us a fucking break and don't have the expectation of sex every fucking day. Don't do it. Don't grab, don't grope and be like, yeah, first of all, you don't know what our bodies are feeling at the same time. Well, we're going through perimenopause, most of us anyway, or menopause, and fucking shit hurts. You know, I'm not something you could just grab onto, hold onto, and fucking squeeze. My body hurts, right? My body fucking hurts. My hormones are crazy. So you touch my breast like that one more time like that, I'm gonna fucking punch you in your jugular. That's how bad it hurts. Don't touch gentle. Just gentle. Just gentle. Gentle touch. We like gentle. You know, if you come by and you just kiss us on the neck and you're like, wow, simple. I bet you everybody would fucking get turned on. But if you kept it up, don't do it one time and expect a fucking bean in your face. It's not going to happen. You got to be consistently making an effort. In some days you're going to fail, but you got to get right back. Because if you want the bean, you got to fucking produce the niceties that go along with us wanting to give you the bean. And we want to give it to you. And if we don't get it from you, we're going to watch Euphoria and get the lemon and do it ourselves. We don't need men. Just wake up. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. The bean is easy to get, but you got to do the work. Because if you don't do the work, you get no fucking bean. And that's what happens, right? We start restricting ourselves from pleasure, right? Fuck that, girls. Fuck the penis. If the men aren't producing, then we will produce ourselves because we still have feeling. You know, we should do that. If we deny them, let's not deny us fully of all of our pleasure because they're assholes. You know, they don't think about us. Let's just start touching ourselves more. You know, fuck, you don't want it? And just do it right in front of their faces. This is what you could have. Could you imagine? This is what you missed out on. Oh, you want to see something funny? Look at my new toy. It's the lemon. Bzz. Nope, you can't touch. Don't even touch yourself. But if you just were a little bit nicer to me today, you could have had this all to yourself, baby. But no, I'm going to enjoy myself without you. Oh my God. You broke the damn thing, overworked it, got too hot. Could you imagine? Shit. I think just as women, we're tired. So the feelings come and go. Like you can be turned on just randomly for whatever reason throughout the day. And, you know, you're like, fuck laundry, it's gone. You know, men, you know, just have to touch themselves all the time. You know, it's just like we don't get that chance because somebody said she's fake and they spelled fake FACKE. Learn to spell the word fake first before you tell me I'm fake. Duh. That was funny. I had to show that. They do have remotes. They do. Remember that one with Katherine Heigl? And I would never let Dan have a fucking control to my vagina. Are you kidding me? Oh shit. Please go please your husband for a change. I don't know about Cash, but Cash seems to know a lot about my sexual orientation with my husband. Isn't it funny how people would? It does. It gets overheated. Shit. That shit is USB charged. That shit. With the first one I was sent, I was like, "What the fuck? Where's the batteries, bitch? It's USB. What? That shit gets hot. Those batteries get hot. Be careful. That's what I'm saying. Don't work too hard with it because you will overstimulate yourself and burn out the fucking rose." Last time I used it, I threw it. It's in a cabinet because I can't. It's just she pissed me off, Rose. I was right there too. Right there. Fucking gone. Fuck you, Betsy. Betsy's like, haha, you think you're getting it today? I think not. Betsy's a fucker. Betsy is a fucker. It's a win for you. No more babies, girl. Oh, how many do you have? I mean, I have 3. You either need 3 or 4. You need 2 or 4. You should never have 3. Suzanne, How do you spell Suzanne wrong? With one N? Cash wants me. I can't. He sounds like my 6-year-old wife. 6-year-old, 60. I was gonna say, bruh, this is not how you start winning the bean. This is not how you start. Just be nice. I'm telling you. You're 5 and you're pregnant. Girl, do you remember how you get pregnant? 5? Who can afford 5 in this economy today? You're crazy. I don't listen to a word you've been saying. People don't listen. They don't even read my marks here. Somebody come get her. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do today. My body hurts so bad. I got so much to do. He's got to get Grandpa up. Grandpa's still sleeping. He was passed the fuck out. Grandpa's like half like this on the bed. Bart's like curled up right by his leg. He's gonna be so pissed off. We do. My husband works a great job. And no, I'll have 6, 4 girls and 2 boys. Girl, I don't know. There's no way in hell. 3 was way too many for me. Yeah. I had acupuncture last week. I'm going now. She's back. So every 2 weeks. So next week I have acupuncture. I got a lot of shit going on next week. A lot of shit. I don't even know how I'm going to keep up. I start freaking out. When I have too much on my calendar, it starts giving me anxiety because I hate having appointments because I think ultimately it takes away from what I need to do at the house. And so it stresses me out. Ugh. Oh, so I was going to say something. And then we got on this sex talk. Crazy people. About counseling. I'm going to be serious for a second because, people, I don't want to get people the wrong impression of me. Anyway, so I realized something yesterday. It was a very pivotal moment for me. And I think a lot of my stresses and my anxiety and everything are stemming from my mom's death. Feeling let down, feeling failed, feeling, I don't know, like, why did she leave me type of thing. And so that anxiety of that causes so many other things and, just kind of filters out and you have other ailments and PTSDs and all this shit. So she's like, well, just talk to your mom. Well, I do. Talk to your people. I said, I do, but I don't want to cry because she makes me cry because I love her. She goes, right. And that's some of that anxiety you can't get rid of is because you've never been able to deal with her death. And I was like, no, I think I have. She started talking. And I was like, fuck, I think she's right. I don't think I've ever, because I'm so worried about Josh, accepting it. I'm so worried about, I had to raise kids and I had to do all these things. And she's like, I think a lot of your anxiety stems from your loss of your mother. And I was like, fuck, I think you're right. And she goes, no, she's just putting it out there. She's like, based on what you're saying. So she's like, I think you need to talk to your mom. I was like, no, can't do that. She's like, well, why? And I said, well, because I'm going to cry. And she says, and? What's wrong with crying? I don't feel like doing that today. She's like, that's the problem is also your control over feeling. You need to feel. Because in order to heal, you need to feel. And when I start talking about her, I start losing my breath, anxiety. And is Ed up yet? I mean, you just, you left earlier and I had no idea.
I didn't leave. I was working.
I understand. But you have to tell me.
On phone calls the whole time.
But you have to tell me. I didn't know. I figured he was up, and then I was like, what the fuck? I went into the bathroom.
I got off the toilet, I'm getting in the car. And there it is. I'm even on a damn thing there.
Not the point. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Just defensive. Just say, hey, Ed's not up yet. That's it. That's all I said. Just tell me. I'm not asking you to do anything. I'm just saying, hey, by the way, he's still not up. I had to ask. Is he up? No, he's not up. Okay, well then, are you going to tell me that? I would have sat out here forever, not known, and he could have fallen or something. Jesus Christ. Men, you know what I mean? Totally no sex. I'm done today. That gives me the ick. That shit gives me the ick. The complete defensiveness. Hey, by the way, Ed's not up. Pay attention. Yeah, I will. And Shane, I told my counselor that. She said, Danielle, you are healing, right? Yes. I can't handle it. You are healing because you're talking about it. you're doing it. You're starting the process of healing by, whatever. And she said that to me. I'm like, I kind of want to shove that shit back in there because it's made me more anxious. Since going to counseling, this was my 13th week, 13 sessions in a row, I feel more anxious. And she says, that's normal because that's healing because you're thinking, you're trying to get it out and make sense of everything. You've released the demons inside. And you're still not done, but that's part of healing. You have to put into the work. You have to put into the work to heal. It doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. And I said, well, I think I want to go back to just being stupid and ignorant, knowing it's there, but not coping it. And every time once you release those dams, you guys, it all comes out and then everything starts like connecting. And then you are like, holy fuck, now I understand. Oh shit, I see that. And she made a point about my mom yesterday, right? And I was like, I never saw that before. And you're right. Like somebody said, you have OCD. Yes, I got it the minute my mom died because by Emily, I had to figure out what to do. Crying is not bad though. Crying is a release, right? And I'm too like, I don't know what it is, but I don't allow myself to cry very often. And I want to cry a lot more than I actually do. But I stop myself because I don't have time for crying. But again, what does she say? Then that's not time for feeling because you're ignoring your feelings because you're worried about other things or other people, right? So you got to cry. You got to fucking cry. And it takes you a month to stop whatever you're feeling, and that's letting it out. That's like screaming, you know? That's the problem. You have to let it out. And she says, she goes, for some reason you have this hold. And I think, she goes, and she always says, she's like, I think it's because you don't want to feel, because feeling, and it's true, I haven't wanted to feel. Feeling is hard. Feeling takes away my breath. Feeling gives me anxiety. To actually come face to face with feeling, I always shut it off. I shut it off because I don't have time, because I have to please others, right? I have to please others. I have to help everybody else. That's avoidance. That's avoidance. I'm learning so much about myself, yo. You know what I mean? She goes, you have to stop, take a breath, and say, I'm feeling anxious right now. Why do I feel anxious? I'm feeling anxious because blah, blah, blah. You say it out loud. You don't keep it in, because when you keep it in, right, you're just putting it back and you're not facing it. You got to stop and say, I am feeling anxious. Why? Because I hate talking about my mom. I love it, but I hate it. Why? Well, because then I get upset. Okay? So get upset. That's called respecting yourself and your body, right? Showing yourself, taking the time to feel, and accepting it is also believing in self-respect and love for yourself. Hi, Sandra. I'm sad. And I said that yesterday. I said, I'm sad. She goes, good. You're saying it. That's a feeling. You're being respectful to your body. I'm anxious. She said, good. Why are you anxious? And I said, because I want my mom. And I can cry. But we don't have time for that. I can stop it. And she said, that's good. That's healing. That's feeling. That's respecting your body. That's acknowledging self-love, you know? Yes, Daisy. OCD became an outlet for me. OCD I put into shopping and rearranging, into decorating. That became my pattern. Yeah. I miss my mom. Plain and simple. I can't even say it. I'm not going to say it. This is what happens. I won't say it unless I'm alone. Because I can do it alone, but I can't do it in front of other people. And that's okay. That's my privacy anyway. But I miss my mom, and we'll leave it at that. I miss my mom. And I think I haven't grieved, recognizing the things that she we were talking about yesterday, because she opens these pathways, right? And when they do that, when you have a good one, it makes you realize and see and go, what the fuck? Holy shit. I thought I was doing things the right way, but I'm really not. And I thought this was why I did this, but this is not. This is why I do this. What the fuck? You know, it's because we're healing. She's like, share your mom with the world. Share her, show her. And I'm like, no. She's like, well, why? Why can't you show pictures of her? I said, because she means so much to me. I protect her. Why? Because people were so mean at the beginning of my social media, posting her obituary and everything. I don't want to share her. She's mine. Weird, right? She's mine. Yes, Chris. I get it. I think I've been living this life sad because my mom should have still been here. And instead of dealing with that, and instead of, your feelings are always there and they're never going to go away. You're still going to miss somebody. But coping and dealing with them are they're two separate things. And I don't think I ever have. I haven't coped. I've coped. I haven't dealt. I haven't felt because it's too hard for me. It's too hard for me. So until I release that, I think that's why she's like, share her, talk to her, talk to your people more about her, show her. I think she says, I think you're keeping her in this, you're keeping her trapped. And who cares what people say? Who cares? You guys know I'm like, I don't want to show my mom. Well, why? She's beautiful, you know? You guys, I'm sure would look at her and be like, oh my God, you look so much like your mom. It's crazy. The older I get. Social media is so ugly that I hate it. And I hate how ugly they were with her at the beginning. And pulling up her obituary and something like that just really hurts my soul because she's so important to me and people are so evil. But I kind of agree with her a little bit. And Beachy, I think so too. She's like, I'm just going to put it out there. She's like, I'm not telling you to do it. I'm not telling you one way or the other, but I think it's something you should think about. And and here's the thing in my mind, like as I'm talking about it right now, and this is why I have this platform, because it also helps me. As I'm talking about it, what sucks is when your mom is still here and you have a terrible relationship. I get that too. And I get that. And I'm sorry. My mom, and here's the thing. Delivering groceries. My mom wasn't the best mom. But I gave her a pass. I'm not angry about the things she did, I don't think. They hurt me, right? And I shouldn't say that. I'm angry at my mom. I'm angry at my mom. She made some bad choices, but I know they weren't choices to hurt me in any way, but inadvertently it did. And so as an adult, I'm angry. I admitted that. I did. Like 6 weeks ago, I admitted I was angry at my mom, and that was one of the hardest fucking things. And I never really realized I was angry at her. I was angry. I was angry at her. And I said it, and I was like, oh, "You're right. I'm angry. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize I was angry at her too, and I miss her so much. But goddamn, you know." So that was a hurdle that felt really wonderful. Weirdly, it was really wonderful. Um, So I get that feeling. And now that I'm talking about it, I know probably sharing her and showing the world her is what it was another way to heal. I'm angry she passed, but I'm more angry. I'm not angry she passed. I'm sad. I can't be angry at a disease that she had no control over. I'm sad for my childhood, right? I'm angry. No, I'm angry at my childhood. I'm angry at her choices she made as a young mom and having a young kid. I don't know the reason. She's got reasons, and I'm worried, right? I'm worried because I'll never know the answers, and I'm sad for her. But I'm sad she left this earth, but she had no choice. There was no way of surviving. Well, she could have, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. She wasn't getting out of here alive. Um, I'm sad she's not here. She was my person. She did her best, and I'm okay with that. Once I admitted once I came to terms with certain things, like being angry at her, um, I'm sad. She should still be here. She should be here for Josh and his kids. She should have still been here for my kids. I think my kids would have been so different, especially certain kids, if she were still here. And Josh would have been you, but here I am. Like I said, I'm always, when I'm at Josh's, I'm always bringing her up. It's me trying to get him to talk about her too, to help him heal. It's always everybody else I'm worried about. She's like, girl, stop. You too. You're allowed to heal. She said, love, I have to help her and I have resentment. And I get that. Resentment's tough. Brenda, I had Ed and I hated the man. I hated the man. I got over it. And sometimes it takes a person to finally accept the person for who they were and to help the person they are now. Right? And pause, I agree. My mom did the best she could and she didn't know. And so I had to let go of that resentment and that anger. Do I still get triggered? Yeah, but I don't carry around this burden of resentment anymore towards Ed. Sometimes I have feelings, right, of like, God, you bug the crap out of me, right? And I'm entitled to that. I'm entitled to that feeling. My husband does the same fucking shit to me too. I am entitled to that feeling. But I had to let it go. You never forget, but you can forgive, especially if you're taking care of that person, because that's going to get away in being in your caregiving. It's going to get in the way and it's going to hurt you the most, right? Because our people don't remember. We carry that around with us, right? So you have to come to terms with it. You got to talk to yourself, you got to let it out, and you got to say, okay, at this time, she was just misunderstood. She didn't know what the fuck to do. She didn't have the right training, the right support, and she did what she did. You got to let it go. You got to let it go because it hurts you more. I can't say that, right? It hurt me more carrying on that trauma of Ed and I's relationship with true, caregiving, because it makes it harder for me. They don't remember, but it makes it harder for me. Yes, and Susan, I get it. I gotta go. It's early. I forget. It's early. Mary's not gonna be here for another 20 minutes. So anyway, we can carry this on another day, but you guys gotta let it go, right? You gotta let it go. This conversation, me and Ed, is a different story. Ed, you guys, I've known Ed since I was 5 years old. My mom married Ed, if you guys don't understand that or haven't heard it. So I've been with him. He was a very controlling man. Very controlling and sometimes verbally abusive, right? Not necessarily to me, right? Not necessarily to me, but my mother. And my mother was in bad shape and it was just a god awful house. And it was bad, Ed changed over the last 2 years. Ed changed. At the beginning, if you look at those videos that are resurfacing of me and Ed, and people are like, oh, you're a bitch. That was Ed. You see the control. You see the power he had over people because he wanted it. He was that old age, this generation, we provide, and that's all that's necessary. You do what we say and what we want because we pay. And that was Ed. Yeah. Very strong individual. Today's Ed is completely different than back yesterday's Ed, right? So you have to understand that. And the first couple years killed me. I mean, took years off my mind, my life because of having to do what I had to do, and that trauma, the anxieties that it would give me from being in that house and my mom and him, and shit happens, and it happened, and I had to figure out a way to do it because it was important to my husband. Sacrifice. 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 So, deep dive. Yes, my mom married Ed, people. And that was part of the whole outing of our relationship. We never wanted to talk about our relationship until Ed passed, right? Because what happens is when we talk about our relationship, then you don't see the man that he is today. You see the man that he was before then, right? Some people are smart enough to see, you can tell the controlling ways. My mom married Ed, not when I was 5. They started dating when I was 5. I've been around him since I was 5 years old. Bum, bum, bum. My mom and Ed had Josh. My mom and Ed had Josh. Ed and Joanne had 5 kids. My mom and Ed had Josh. I'm no blood relation to anybody. Dan and I at some point fell in love, and here we are today. It's a really beautiful love story. Buy my book. There you have it. It's on Amazon. You'll find Jenny Tran. Shut the fuck up. And so it talks about our love a little bit. Yeah. And a lot of the people, so how on earth are you married to Dan? I married him. I fell in love. We fell in love. How am I married to him? Yeah, now I'm saying why am I married to him? Lot of similarities. Just kidding. I do have a book. There you have it. Amazon. I have children's books too. We have another children's book coming out. There you have it on Amazon. So have you been to Acorn Ridge yet? Where the fuck is Acorn Ridge? Am I happy? John, happiness is fleeting. Happiness is not something you have all day long, every day. Happiness comes and goes. Contentment is where I'm at. I'm content. And some days I'm really sad. No, Jenny, I've never been there. Yeah. It's a good book. Read it. Followed in your mom's footsteps. No, not at all. Not at all. And it's really ugly to say, kind of ugly, right? When somebody says, fuck the rose and the lemon, buy the rose or the lemon and the book at the same time. That's an ugly thing. I didn't follow in my mom's footsteps at all. That was ugly. That wasn't nice. Be better. Yeah. I think, I chose a different path than my mom. And let me tell you, I am doing a better job. And she would probably say the same thing. I made it. I'm fighting for marriage. I have my first marriage. I've worked hard. I'm a great person. I'm loyal. I care for everybody around me. Yeah. Holla. My mom did too, but she was a suffering soul. We all suffer in so many different ways. We all aren't lack of suffering in some way. So back the fuck down when you come at me. I'm just comfortable enough to share my sufferings. And the people who throw shade are living in a pile of misery because they can't admit the things that they're feeling or going through. Or, yes, breaking the cycle. Thank you. I'm breaking the cycle. I mean, for fuck's sake. And I'm taking care of a stepdad that I never liked. And now I love. You guys, what? That guy drove me nuts, and he still drives me nuts, right? So I'm lucky because I got to heal from this trauma relationship, right? You never fully heal. You can forgive. I've forgiven him for being an asshole because today he is the sweetest man on the planet. I did it. That's why I'm a badass bitch, because I do things that are necessary. I do it. And I accomplish them, whether or not I'm healing in the process or dealing with it, or it's creating an anxiety to me, I'm still fucking doing it. Hard work, babies. Hard fucking work. But you got to do it. And I win in the end, right? I win in the fucking end. Because I was able, one of the most traumatic experiences I've ever had as a child was Dr. Edward L. Salinger. Let me tell you, go back to the early videos. If you watch the early videos, you could tell, you can kind of get to see the man that he is or was. He's not that way today. This is a lovable man right here. And I know he knows that I'm doing a difficult job. I know he knows that. He thanks me every fucking day. When he's on the toilet and I'm getting him ready for a shower and I'm fucking hemming and hawing because I got shit to do and Dan's not home and, he pulled me away from something. He looks at me and says, Danielle, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. And I thank you because I don't know what I'm doing. And then it brings me back. Right? I sigh. I'm like, fuck you, Ed. You got me on that. Okay, come on. But those are the moments that bring us back to reality and help us keep moving forward. It makes me take a breath when he says that thing. And sometimes he does it and it's just at the right goddamn time, and I take a breath and I'm like, you're right, Ed, let's go. And my voice changes, my demeanor changes. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows. I think he feels when I'm frustrated. He feels when I'm irritated. The other day, and I got to go. The other day, he was yanking on me. Don't take off my pants. And I was like, Ed, I have to change your diaper. And he's like, I don't know, you don't do that. That's not your job. I'll do it. I'm like, you can't do it. And, I started getting frustrated. I was like, Ed, God damn it. Let me do my job. And I get a little tense with him, right? And he's like, what job? I said, I have to change your diaper. I have to change your fucking diaper. And he's like, oh. And I said, yes. I said, you can't do it. And if you could please, I'll let you do it. He's like, all right, all right, all right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. How can I help? How can I fucking help? Well, lift your bum up, because it's early in the morning. Lift your bum up and help me do it. And he does. And then I say, thank you. And he says, all right. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate what you're doing. It worked out well because that's our dynamic. Our dynamic still hasn't changed. I can cuss, I can get frustrated. And then at the end, when I have to raise my voice, he gets it. You know why? Because he still sees me as a little kid. He sees me as a kid and he's the provider, right? He doesn't like the control I have over him. But then once he realizes that he needs that help, then he lets go. It's because I'm firm with him when it's not working any other way. Honey, your diaper's wet. What? Your diaper's wet. What? Your diaper's wet. I need to change it. Oh, okay. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you, Danielle. It's just the way we are. It's the way I am. And it works for him. And he loves me for it. And I've healed. And I'm in a much better place than most of you. Hey, girl, he's not even up yet. I have to get going. Yeah, Dan's not home. Dan's not home. Hold on. Go check on him and see if he's up. And if he's up, then I'll get off.
You can try.
No, because Dan's not home. I got to get him. He's still in bed, girl. But let me know if he's up. If he's still sleeping, then that's okay. You were leaving. I just walked in. Hi, Cindy. I need to because Dan's not up. I mean, shit. What's his name? The other dude. That's Mary. She's one of our caregivers. She sits here for a couple hours. Yes. So anyway, long story short, I do need to go, but he appreciates everything I do for him. Every day there's not a thank you, even when we're tug and warring, like yesterday. At night he gets a little sundowning, and he was trying to drink his drink and he couldn't figure out how to drink it. So I was like, Ed, and he was like, this is mine. This is mine. And I was like, Ed, I'm trying to help you brew it. No, and he's pissed off at me and I'm tugging. I'm like, Ed, listen to me. What? I said, I'm trying to help you drink. Oh, I mean, you guys have to realize that that's necessary at those times. You have to get that way with him because he's fucking stubborn as a mule. And then he's like, oh, and I'm like, suck, 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 suck. Sometimes I sing and, oh yeah, you're welcome, Colleen. Thank you for watching. Thank you all for watching. I mean, you get all sides of me. I'm multifaceted. People are always like, well, what do you do on social media? I do everything. I cry, I joke, I'm crass, I'm ugly, I'm vulgar, I'm spicy. I do a little bit of everything because that's just me. That's how I am throughout the fucking day. I cuss. People hate my cussing. Don't watch if you hate cussing. Don't watch if you like vulgarity. Ma'am, you're vulgar. Yeah, no shit. I am. Don't watch. So anyway, it just works for Ed, whether you like it or not. And I do it and I share it because it's my reality. It's what I do. That's what we do. That's how we interact. A lot better than how we used to interact, let me tell you. He was an ass, and so was I. Each other. It was mutual. He's up. Still asleep?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's out. He's tired. So it's just Ed, and that's just what we do. And given our history, there's a lot of history. I'm gonna tell you something, since I have a little bit more time. My history with Ed is different than what Dan had. Dan didn't have Ed. Think about that. Dan didn't have Ed as a dad. Ed was gone. Dan was just with his mother. I had more childhood with Ed than Dan ever did. Think about that. Interesting, huh? You think the plot's twisting now. You know, by the time they were headed to divorce, Ed was checked out, Joanne was checked out, whatever, right? Dan was left a month. By the time he moved out, he was 8. I mean, Ed. Yeah, by the time Ed, he was never around. Guys, think about it. He had a new life. I mean, he called his kids every day, just like he did up until the day he couldn't do it anymore. But I asked Joanne, I said, basically, if I'm remembering correctly, Ed was never around, like for Dan. Like he was, and she's like, come to think of it, he wasn't. I had the childhood with Ed, Dan did not. So when people say, you know, she's just the daughter-in-law, I might be. But I have more of a relationship with Ed than Dan ever did. Think about that. Was he around for Josh Moore or the others? No, Ed was Ed. I mean, he was there. He's just a body. You know, she said that he was around, he was really active in the, you know, the first like 3 or 4, and then, you know, that just, you know, then it just, you know, died off. But with Josh, he was there. My mom was the parent. Um, you know, Ed would come in one time. It's a funny story. Josh was pissed off. He got sent to his room for doing something stupid, and he was pounding on the door. I think we told this story. And he was like kicking on the door, and I knew the minute that foot went through the door, Josh got silent. Ed got up and he went down and he was pissed as shit. Oh God, I'll never remember that. I think Dan had happened to be over at that time. And we just laughed because I remember looking at Dan and Dan looking at me, and we started laughing. And Josh was like 10, 8 or maybe 8 to 10, which means I'm 10 years older than Josh. And so at that point we were together. And so I just remember looking, and Dan and I, we just started busting up laughing. Ed was pissed. Ed is 94. Josh is 42. So he had him at 51. Yeah. He had him at 51. Talk about that. Like old dad. So he was there. I mean, every summer they did RV tours, you know, my mom and Ed schlepping them around in that RV. They saw the world. I mean, not the world, but they saw this United States. So every summer they would do that. Josh loved it. Josh is actually like that. He said it the other day. I was like, you actually like that? He's like, I loved it. I was like, God, Mom and Ed? He's like, yeah, that was rough, but I loved seeing the world, you know, I love seeing the countries, the states. So Josh, actually, that was the first I've ever heard of that. We had a little bonding experience last weekend when I made him like rearrange his backyard because his wife couldn't do anything right now. She's incapacitated right now. And so I made him like move 2 cords of wood, and we were talking and shit. And he was like, I love that stuff, Danielle. That was like my favorite. He did. He looked forward to those trips. I remember now. I remember him so excited waving bye. But you know, Ed at that point was just a body, a provider, right? My mom worked, of course, because she had to. But yeah, no. He was there, like just there. Like I don't know how to explain it. Kind of like my situation, right? They're there. They're not there, but they're there, right? Does Ed, he calls, does he remember my mom? I don't think he remembers her per se, but he uses her name sometimes. He calls me Janice sometimes, yeah. Or he talks to Janice to the side. Wasn't Ed a surgeon? No, Ed was a podiatrist. He had already been retired for years. Ed quit once all of his clients died off. Ed's retired. So, you know, people think he's, you know, a millionaire because he's a doctor. He's a fucking podiatrist that stopped working when his clients died, his patients died. So no, my mom had to work. And you know, it was a long time ago. There's, you know, podiatrists today are different than podiatrists back then. Ed did nothing to improve his business. He had what he had. He worked with what he had until they died. And at the end, he was doing house calls because his patients couldn't make it in. So no, people. My mom worked. She had a really good job, was making a lot of money. She transferred up here, And they built a house. My mom always wanted a house. They built it. She had it her way, and then she died. Yeah, fucking life. So he doesn't necessarily remember my mom. If you ask her, he says, no, I don't remember. Sometimes, very rarely, I don't ask him about my mom. It's another really hard thing for me. It's a really hard thing for me because their relationship was shit. Well, that's right thing. Everybody assumes Ed has all this money. It's like people you don't realize he retired like in his 40s because he wasn't going to do anything. And he had what he had, which wasn't very much, but he had enough. They sold the house and, blah, blah, blah. But it wasn't, it wasn't nothing to write home to mom about. Let's put it that way. And that's why I hate when, people say, oh, you're just doing for the inheritance. There's 7 of us. There's 7 of us in the will. 7. And some of that is also my mom's money. Everybody forgets about that, don't they? And that's the problem. They think it's all Ed's money. No. My mama contributed to that too. So think about that one. And people don't. People just assume, Was he good to your mom when she got sick? Abso-fucking-lutely. I'm considered one of them. So 5 of Ed's kids with Joanne, 1 with 2 with 2 with my mom. Meaning me and Josh. So yeah, you guys do the math. So yes. So that's what I'm saying. Like 7 of us. And my mom's money, just as much as Ed's. So if there's anything left, of course I'm entitled to it because it's partly my mom. And because I've dealt with what I've had to deal with. We should get it all. Well, there's not going to be anything left, you guys. I mean, there's not much to work with. Hi, Brown. Look, I'm wearing my shirt right when those tornadoes tore through downtown. So that's it. And that's the truth. That's my truth. Whether Dan agrees with it or not, we have 2 separate sides, right? And it is his father, but it is my story. And that time is also my story, whether he likes it or not, and the way I describe it. And, it's difficult, right? It's difficult. But Ed today is a pleasure. He's hard, right? He's hard, but he's a pleasure. If he continued doing what he was doing, meaning if he continued like he was at the beginning of we took him in, I wouldn't be doing this today. He would not be here today. Because I don't think I could have healed enough as quickly if he hadn't changed. But I did it. And he did it. And it's been wonderful. Yeah. It's been wonderful. Was he a good stepdad? No, he was not. He wasn't. I didn't look at him. I looked at him. I mean, literally, I looked at him as a nuisance because he was a pain in the ass. I didn't like him. I lived there. Couldn't wait to get the fuck out at 19. I just couldn't do it anymore. With my mom, too. She was a detriment to her own self. Now, when they moved up here and they built the house, things changed. I had babies. They loved it, and that became their hobby, and my mom got happier. And then her life started going the way she wanted to. Ed started calming down. It started becoming just such a better thing. And then she died. Fucking died. Just dead. But he was wonderful. He was wonderful to my mother. Wonderful to my mother. When Ed has a purpose, he jumps to it. And he changed. He changed a lot like he is today. He would change into that, morph into that, caregiver mode. He was wonderful. I can't say anything bad about that. Does that make me forgive him for the past? No. But it helps knowing when I couldn't do it, there was somebody there that did it good. Did she get to enjoy my children? Yes. Andrew was about 16 months when she died. Unfortunately. My girls remember her. and they feel the pain now. They miss her, I'm sure. I think they blocked out a lot, and as you age, your brain kind of opens up and figures things out. And I think they remember her, and I think they're very sad because they remember how amazing she was. She was an amazing fucking. Buy my book, Joan. Amazon. There you have it. He was wonderful to my mother. I can never really in the lifetime, aside from right now, in the lifetime that I've had with Ed, um, that was good. I couldn't do it at the time. I couldn't take care of her. I had young kids. My husband was willy-nilly everywhere working and off in his own little world, and there was no way I could take care of my mom. And he wouldn't have let me anyway. There you have it. Look on Amazon. It's in my link tree if you know how to do a link tree. I have children's book. I have another Millie Pig book coming out in July. Actually, it'll come out sooner than that. We have another grief book coming out. We got a lot. I got a lot of shit on Amazon. My appointment next week, I'll talk about it. Yeah, I'll tell her. I haven't gotten far yet. My mom died. My mom died when I was like 31, 32. Well, how old am I? 52, so 33. No, how old am I? 32. 32. Oh, 32. My mom died when I was 32 with babies. She was my person. Whether she was flawed or not, she was my person. Oh, Colleen, thank you for the purchase. Colleen bought 2 books. She was my person. There's nobody else in my life that has replaced her. There's nobody else that could replace her in my life. At a time when I needed her the most, she left me. Anger, sadness. And I need her today. And she's not here. Yes, they were married. They're not married anymore because my mom died. You guys, they probably still would have been together. My mom wouldn't, they wouldn't, I mean, at this point, life would have been fine, copacetic. And at this point, she probably would have had him in a home. Everybody thinks Josh and Dan are like, no way your mom would have dealt with that. Because my mom is 20 years younger. So she would have been 75 this year. Yeah, in October, she would have been 75. So Dan and Josh are always like, no, mom, there's no way your mom would have done that. And Josh is like, mom, hell no, mom wouldn't take care of him. He'd be in a home. He's hard, she was so young. Yeah, maybe I'll show her at some point. I'm just not ready to. It's so hard, dyslexia. It's so hard. And that's the thing is that, I have my aunt that I'm really close to, which is her sister. It's still not this. I mean, it's great, right? But she's got other obligations, right? She's got her kids that she's got to deal with. It's not the same. Not the same. How's the relationship with Joanne? Joanne's just a different bird. No, Joanne and I are fine. But it's not the same. Like I couldn't call Joanne and have a conversation with her. You know what I mean? Like that's just never been that way. She hasn't been a hands-on grandparent, never has been to any of the kids. I mean, she's just not that way. She was probably to David's. He was the first 2, and he would travel with them and do stuff like that. But, moving is hard for her, always kind of has been. And so she's never been that grandparent, and that's okay. Everybody has their own, way of doing things. My mom was hands-on. My mom was very hands-on. What do you do? It's a tragedy when you lose your parents early. It sucks when you lose your parents eventually, but it's tragedy when you lose them early. There's so much life and so many things that I could have used her. I could have, and yeah, fuck death, fuck cancer, fuck you, cancer. My mom should have been here. I think to myself all the time, I'm like, oh my God, she would have been fucking 75, so young. She was my age when she was dying. I have a hard time with that. I forgot to talk to her about that. I think that's another thing that gives me anxiety this year, especially. My mom was fighting for her life at this point. She was on the verge of dying. Did she die already at 52? No, she died at 53. So sometimes that fucks you up. It's really fucked me up. I forgot about that. Sometimes I look in the mirror and it slaps me in the face. And I'm like, fuck, my mom was dying. She was so young. You know, you look at them at a certain age and you're like, fuck, they're so old. And then you're that age and you're like, fuck, I could not imagine fighting for my life right now. When I turned 52, which was in May this month, it's been a struggle for me. It's been a struggle. That's been fucking me up. And I don't know why, but it is. So that sucks. She will never my husband. Yeah, that's like Lala couldn't imagine. You know, I feel guilt. Some of you are gonna laugh at that. I feel guilt because my mom saw my kids and hasn't met Josh's. I feel guilt that I was lucky that my mom saw me walk down the aisle. My mom was there. I have her dress. I have, you know, mementos I kept from her wedding. My wedding, I mean. She did it all though. I I have guilt that Josh didn't have that. I think Josh would have been happier. I don't know. Just me talking as a sister, but yeah, he didn't get that. He didn't get that. He didn't get my mom at his wedding or seeing his kids. That's hard for me. That also is hard for me. Taking on pain of others. Fuck. Fuck. I'm a glutton for punishment, people. I'm a glutton for punishment. I'm fighting for my life. Well, I guess, Kim, in a way I am, right? I'm fighting to stay afloat. I'm fighting to stay afloat. I think every day we all are, right? Josh is 42. Yeah, he turns the age. So he's 42, and then I turn 52. I am a Taurus. Fuck. And she gets mad at me too. She's like, well, I mean, I get you're worried about your brother, but fuck, can you worry about yourself first and then your brother? Oh, Suzanne. I don't know. I'm not strong, Ma. I'm not strong. I'm fucking weak as they can come. I've gained strength. I've gained a lot of strength, but I'm still a baby. Does Ed remember Josh? Um, you know, yes and no. You know, he thinks Wesley's Josh. So when he sees Wes, he calls Josh Dan or Dave because of the bald head, but Dave has hair. Um, but when he sees Wesley, he's his Josh, and the kids are young kids, and so he thinks he's the father of the kids. And my father's 64 when he died. Ugh. She should, and that's anger, right? I guess that jaded it. It's a little bit anger at the world, angry at the world for taking away. Why does everybody else get their moms, but I don't? You know, why? Why do I get punished? Why does Josh get punished? I deserve my mom too, you know? Ugh, fuck. Are we in another counseling session? Let's go back to the lemon for fuck's sake. Crazy. I have other siblings. I have Josh. That was my mom's child. And then I have 2 brothers from my dad. Yeah. Does Josh have you guys, Josh? I get very defensive when people say that. And I know you're not trying to be mean, I don't think. Josh is not very close with his dad, no. Because he can't be. I mean, we're 45 minutes south of where they are, right? Josh works a 60-hour week. He's got 3 young kids. They've got competitive soccer. They've got sports. They've got shit. So no, Josh is not around that much. And he's kind of got a pass, right? Because he's busy. It's hard to cut out when your schedules are that with 3 young kids. Now, why are we focusing on the other kids who are retired? You know what I mean? And I get pissed off because it's not like he has, he's got a lot on his plate. And it's not as easy for them to get down here. They get down there when he can. Proximity is important, right? The more you see somebody, the more they're likely to remember the person. And that's just normal. So, yeah. And sometimes he calls Dan Josh, and a lot of times when he's talking, he's worried about Josh. He sees that photo album and it's that picture thing that we have that Rocky actually gave us, and it's all their pictures. She uploads all the kids, right? So, he'll ask questions. Sometimes he's like, "Oh, there's Josh." He'll recognize that. Hi, Colin. Um, Definitely, I appreciate that. People say I'm strong, and I don't see it. I don't feel strong. I don't feel strong. I think I'm stronger than I was 100%, but I feel very broken. I feel broken. That was tough. Whew. That one got me. I'm putting my tears back in my head. Ugh. So I appreciate you see strength. But I am, yeah, I am what I am. Fighting every day to keep my head above water. And I think most of us live that way, right? I think a lot of us have experienced trauma, whether it's losing a parent, a kid, or whatever the trauma is. I think everybody is fighting their own demons every day and trying to stay afloat, right? Sorry, I hate to cry. I'm not, well, I am not, I don't like to show emotion. I mean, I try to stop it because it's bad. I don't know why. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I'm supposed to be the strong one for everybody, right? So I don't allow myself to cry. Counseling made me realize that, because she's like, why don't you cry? And I realized that because I don't have time. She's like, what do you mean you don't have time? I don't have time to cry. I got to take care of everybody else. Like, I don't have time to fucking cry. And she's like, holy fucking shit, girl, you need to take care of yourself. Cry, release it. So, and that's the thing, is I have to come to like, it's okay to cry. But I'm still struggling with that, as you can see, right? Because I'm stoic. When my mom was sick and I would go over there I would go over there in between my schedule with the kids and stuff like that. And whatever time I could spend with her, I was there. I wouldn't cry. I wouldn't cry. I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't for her. I think that's when it started. No, yes, it's when it started. And I had to be strong for her, right? But the minute I got in that car, woo, I would have to pull over. Um, and then I couldn't go home crying. Why? Because my kids can't see that. I wish I could have changed that. That's one thing I wish I could have changed. I wish I could have changed that, because I think, the kids grew up not seeing a lot of emotion, because I need to be stoic for everybody. I'm the one who needed to keep it together. They couldn't see me falling apart. And if I cried, then that meant mom was weak and she wasn't together, and I needed to show them how to be strong. Stupid, right? That's stupid now. If I could go back, I would definitely show them emotion like that, because they needed to see that. And they didn't really see it because I needed to be stoic, strong, Fuck that up, didn't I? So I did that, which was wrong, but I did it. And, they struggle with emotion, or they have, because we didn't show it. Now we show it, right? And they're like, what the fuck? What's that coming out of your eyes? Tears. Like, it's normal. They're like, you don't cry. Fuck, I don't. The fuck I don't, bitch. Just because I didn't do it in front of you didn't mean I didn't do it. Fuck. I fucked that up. One of my fuck ups as a parent. That's okay. I just felt like I needed to show them because could you imagine? Could you imagine if I was a wreck? Like when my mom died, Andrew was what, 16 months? Hannah was 4, Jennifer was 7, and then Hannah was actually turning 5. And if I just cried all the time, I mean, what the fuck kind of memory would that? They would be, that's what I told them. I said, if I really let them cry all the time, you would have thought, what the fuck, mom was depressed. Well, I was. Why is that a bad emotion to share? I thought it was a bad emotion to share. It's not a bad emotion. Share it. Now I'm struggling sharing it. And I was, yes, and I was worried about scaring them. I didn't want them to think death was horrible. But death should be sad. And it is sad. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Fucked it up. Shit. And today I'm the same person. I can't cry. Because I'm strong. Urgh. I can do it. No, I'm broken. But she had lung cancer. But I'm trying to remember. I'm slowly putting the pieces back together. It's a slow process. It's never going to happen overnight. And it may not even completely happen before I die. But pieces of the puzzle are starting to come. I'm still broken as fuck. I'm trying. But all this wealth of like connections and information and like epiphanies and shit and like figuring out where things stem from is driving me insane and my brain does not quiet down. Doesn't quiet down. And that's okay. It's okay every day, you guys, to admit your emotions. But the biggest part that I'm trying to learn, and it helps with you guys, is saying it out loud. Keeping it open means it's real and you feel it. Keeping it inside is stuffing it away with everything else, right? Feel it. I'm broken. That was the first time I ever said that to you guys, to me. That's why I think it was so powerful for me. And it's to say those things out loud, right? When you say them in your head, it's easy. But when you say it out loud, it's hurtful. It's painful. It's a realization that fuck. But that's also, she's trying to get me to communicate more, right? Talk about it. Tell how you're feeling, even in the moment. I'm feeling overwhelmed. Because that's self-love. That's recognizing the feeling you're feeling. Instead of saying, I'm feeling overwhelmed in my head and just moving on, you're not self-love. That's not self-love. You need to take that minute, respect the feeling, and then move on. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. And sometimes I say, why am I feeling this way? And most of the time, there's something more than being overwhelmed. It's that feeling you have originally, but everything on top of it is making you feel like you're suffocating. And then sometimes when you get down to what the overwhelming factors like laundry, fucking cleaning up piss, throwing away garbages, cleaning the shit off the floor and all that shit, then the root of the problem is like, I'm feeling sad. It's the sadness. And it's everything else on top of that that just takes away your breath and you can't fucking breathe. And I'm seeing some of your responses, and it puts a smile on my face. I don't want to ever make anybody sad, but if you're learning with me, then it makes me happy. Like 4 or 5 people now that I've learned that it started to go to counseling because of me. That's fucking pretty cool. And if I'm making you guys see things and you're feeling it and you're saying it out loud with me, you're feeling that feeling. That's hard. Saying it out loud makes you feel. And you're bawling, then I'm doing my job. Then I'm doing my fucking job. If you're saying, fuck, I'm pissed too, Danielle. I'm fucking sad. I'm broken. Fuck, that makes you think, fuck, I am broken. Motherfucker. It makes sense. Counseling has made me admit a lot of fucking things. Counseling has not quieted my mind. Counseling is making me learn, and it's making me feel more than I wanted to feel. That's why we shove that shit away, because it's hard to feel. It's hard to say it. I'm broken. If you're broken, repeat after me. I'm fucking broken. That hurts. Motherfuck. Saying it out loud makes you feel it, makes you aware of it. Keeping it inside keeps it locked away and adds to the anxiety, the sadness, the frustration, and the anger. Say it out. I'm learning it too. I'm fucking irritated. I'm irritated that Dan left today. I'm irritated that he couldn't tell me those things. Those things add on the real issue, right? That's bullshit issues. That's bullshit issues, but it just compounds how I'm feeling today. You know what I mean? I'm fucking sad today. So every little thing now piles on top of my sadness. But saying out loud was kind of a relief, because I'm recognizing that there's a real reason that I'm angry at Dan. I'm not really angry at Dan. I'm angry at myself. I'm sad for being angry. I'm angry for being sad. It's all of this fucking backwards cycle of shit never ending, you know? Breathe. And if you feel that anxiety welling up in your chest, breathe. It helps. Cry. I ain't crying on social media though. Try not to anyway. Catherine, Dan will come to counseling with me. We will get there. My lady will do both of us. But here's the thing, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready for him to join me yet. I'm not ready to have him join yet. I still need to work on me. I still need my space. He will come in eventually, but I still need my space. There's a lot of brokenness, right? I wouldn't say brokenness. There's a lot of issues that we have that are etched in stone. It's hard, our reactions and the way we treat, the responses and stuff that are just ugly. And over time, when you don't take the time to fix them, they're just there and you see them. Like, just, I'm trying to say compassion, I try to remind him every day. But so it's hard to keep doing that, to be the one to always constantly, Dan, what I'm asking for here is this, right? That's effective communication. But it gets exhausting, like repeating to Ed every fucking day. Same fucking shit. It's the same monotony. And I have to tell Dan to remind him to try to hope that he changes to help me in my growth. And hopefully, in turn, will grow. It's exhausting. You guys don't understand. It's exhausting, right? Because I'm trying to change a pattern, but I can't change it if he doesn't take the change as well. So I have to constantly remind him, compassion, Danielle, Dan, I'm trying to work here. I'm trying to be better at communicating, active communication. It's exhausting to have to just be on everybody to help everybody. Sometimes I'm just like, fuck it. I'm just going to do the same thing that we know how to do because it's easy. It doesn't take effort. Effort is hard, especially when you're bogged down. Effort. Don't defend. Just say, I'm sorry. Don't defend. Just say, I hear you. Don't defend. Just say, I'll try next time to be better. That's all we need. I don't need to hear why you did it. And we all get so defensive about everything. Stop being defensive. Stop explaining your reaction or your actions. Don't do it. It's stupid. It's a waste of time. It doesn't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you anywhere. It just makes the argument. Just continue the fucking argument. Because then you start attacking the defense or vice versa because it's stupid or whatever it is. Stop. I'm trying to stop that. So I'm like, every day I'm like, don't defend. Like yesterday, God, my back hurts. Oh, mine too. Okay. First of all, I'm talking about me. This is my feeling. Don't jump in on my feeling. Let me tell you what I'm feeling. And then if you want to discuss your feelings, then we can discuss them afterwards. But this is me talking to you about what I'm feeling right now. Stop jumping on my fucking tricycle. Donna, I'm not talking about fucking dementia. And sometimes you do argue because you're fucking human, Donna. Fuck, I hate when he does that, you know? Don't jump on my tricycle. This is my time. You don't choose to communicate with me because now I brought it up about myself. Choose to communicate with me before that shit happens. You know what I mean? Who's here? Present. Hi, you can leave it here. Anyway, men, you know? So I'm trying to like, yeah, thank you. So I'm trying to teach, right? Learn myself and then teach somebody else how to do what I'm trying to learn, right? It's hard. Fucking hard work. Hard work. Hard work. Marriage is fucking hard. Healing is fucking hard. And it's a long road. So with that, I'm leaving. I gotta go. Fuck. Anyway. Deep breaths, everybody. You got this. Remember, you are important. You are worthy and you matter. Believe it. Respect yourself. Always recognize what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and move along. Try to fix it. Try to calm it, but try to deal with it. Dealing with it is talking about it, healing. Talking about it, letting it go, release it. Love you. Bye. I'll see you tonight. Jesus. Okay, I will wake him up.